Good afternoon. It's Thursday, I think. Probably Thursday. And you are tuned in to the Geeky Gamer podcast, even though we're not on the radio. I don't know what that means. I guess you're dialed in. I guess there's no dial. You're computered in to the Geeky Gamer podcast with John, Bill, Ken, Sketch, and Adrian. Some of those people aren't here right now, but if they were, there would be more people here. Geeky Gamer Podcast does have a Patreon, and you can join it. That'd be great if you did. And we have a coffee as well with Dreadlore. The all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt help us with music. That was weird. And Couchfire Media helps with some really glitchy production today. Terrible Productions is nowhere to be seen, and they haven't been for at least 3 years. It's Thursday, and we are here. And John and Adrian and I are going to play some role-playing game, Linen Tapestry, which is what John has written, and it's quite an exciting book. I recommend you checking it out. Is it available yet, or is it we're still in the playtest?
I'm going to complete all 4 books from the Kickstarter and then release all 4 so that you've got a player's guide, storyteller's guide, a setting in Venice, and a spin-off adventure, so that there's a whole package for anyone who's interested in playing. Hopefully in a few months. It's just the storyteller book is getting, the more I write it, the further the end gets, because I'm wanting to do a 100%.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Make it 100%. Anyway. We don't need no scrubs.
Yeah, exactly.
No typos.
Oh yeah. I didn't say anything about typos. I just if you can read it, good luck. But anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So we are playtesting one of the books, the Twin Vipers Adventure. We are on to the second part. The story started with Agneta Forzetta of the city of Treviso reaching out to the players, some of whom had agreed to help her in exchange for her help in the war against the Duke of Milan. Others are doing out the kindness of their hearts. Maybe they may have an angle of their own to get a favour from Agneta in the future. She is the Lady of Treviso. Her husband is the Lord of that city. So, Agneta approached you all with the concerns that she believes that the 2 sons of the current Lord of Padua they're up to something. They are working behind the back of the Lord of Padua, and they're doing something they seem to be purchasing masonry rock from a quarry near Hungary, but she's not sure. She believes that there's an ulterior motive for these meetings. The second thing is that the Red Hand, the supernatural lady of Padua, Carrara, has gone missing. She's believed to be in the Shadowlands. Agneta told you all that she visits the Shadowlands for a couple of months at a time and then returns and resumes her duties as the protector of Padua. But it's been several months since she hasn't returned, and Agneta believes it's too much of a coincidence that the protector of Padua has gone missing and the sons of the Lord of Padua seem to be acting suspiciously. So she asked for your assistance on those 2 matters. She gave you an unusual map that looks very old, of a city known as Malamocco, and a letter to go with it, a sealed letter. She told you that this letter is for a gentleman who lives in the city of Parenzo by the name of... cannot remember... Bohemund Irovich. She said she's asked you to travel to Parenzo, meet with him, give him the letter, ask for his assistance. He is something called a ghost walker. He can venture deep into the Shadowlands, and she believes that he might be able to guide you and assist you in finding out what's happened to Carrara. Carrara, you know, you've never met her, but you know that she has a very famous nickname in amongst the Severed Souls. She is known as the Gauntlet of Antenor. You're not sure who Antenor is, but Pietro, you know that Antenor is a mythical character who fought in the Trojan War. When Troy fell, there was only a handful of people who fled the city. Aeneas was one who went to Rome and set up the city of Alba Longa, while Antenor, who is now infamous in the story, he's portrayed as the person who betrayed the Trojans. He's perhaps the one who opened the gates. But it's all myth, it's all story. It's been rewritten, even by this point, even by the 1400s. It's all story, as far as the mundanes are concerned. You, however, know that Antenor, chances are, if he's a mythical character, and he's got someone who's called the Gauntlet of Antenor, would suggest that he is around somewhere, and he would be at least 1,000 years old, 1,500 years old. He would be an ancient Severed Soul. So, the second thing, which was to head off and investigate the two brothers, the brothers Carrara, you guys ventured off to Treviso. The new lord of Carrara, the noble Daucus. How would you pronounce your name?
Daucus Carota.
Daucus, yep. Daucus Carota, the lord of Carrara. You guys were in his entourage as he was heading over to the same area to get masonry for the walls of his own city. Bit of a trek, but some say he is an eccentric sort of lord. So you met the brothers, you travelled with the brothers. Certain things happened that piqued their suspicions, and whatever it is that they went to the city of Udine to do, they didn't do it. You guys had effectively stopped them from doing what it is they were presumably going to do. But as part of the ruse, you continued with your deception and managed to meet one of the quarry masters. Spoke with him, and then at the dead of night, Pietro snuck in to the quarry, made his way through the wooden buildings, down into the quarry, into the tent, had a quick look in amongst numerous guards who were searching out the perimeter. You managed to find the quarrymaster's tent in the dark. You searched through his papers. You didn't keep any of the papers because you wanted to keep everything as it was, but you spent plenty of time just looking through papers. You got a few names, you got a few dates, certain significant things perhaps. But in the hurry of getting out of there, because you had been visited by some unusual bugs who harassed you out of the tent or something like that. That spooked you, and then you headed out of the quarry. You all then met up together. You had information from the documents, the manifestos, the invoices, so forth from the quarry, while Matteo, Bill's character, managed to get hold of a partially burnt piece of paper. I'm going to read out what's in the letter, because I'm presuming that Bill would share this information with you all. So in the letter, it says, as I say, it's smoky, parts of it have been burned. The letter itself says, Presencia will fall soon to, the words a bit blurred, it could be Carrara. There's a space. Wants to meet with Arpad, next line, to discuss when the sword of God will pierce the treachery of the Serenissima. Next line. Ulden has clearly accomplished his task. How long will the gauntlet stay indisposed? Daucus, a lot of that will mean nothing to you. Perhaps the only thing that you could know is La Serenissima is the Venetian name for Venice. It's the kind of like the culture, the spirit, the people of Venice. Venice itself, if it was a Gestalt entity, they call it the Serenissima. Pietro, do you have mythology under your knowledges?
I actually do. I do. I have one in occult and I have one in mythology.
Right, brilliant. So this is really obscure. It takes you a bit of time to mull over this while you're traveling. Ulden is an old Hungarian or Hun name,
Okay.
and Arpad is a ancient king of Hungary. You're not entirely sure the details, but back before Hungary was Hungary as it is now, after the Attila the Hun rampaged through the land, a lot of the people settled, and the generations from the Huns settled in that area. And Arpad, you believe, you're not 100% sure because this is more geography and history, but you're pretty sure that Arpad is like one of those culture heroes of Hungary. You're not sure if he's real or not, because what he managed to do was that he created a country. He kept together various tribes who were already warring, which in itself is a legendary feat. Ulden, you're not sure. You're sure it's a name that's linked with Hungary, but you don't know enough. The Sword of God, you don't know, that means nothing to you. And the gauntlet, the only gauntlet that you know of is Carrara.
Right.
Gauntlet of Antonov. So,
Okay.
that's conclusions, information that you pick up, discern on the way back. So, you left the quarry, you then travelled to meet Daucus's family, who welcomed you in. Daucus had a homecoming celebration, feast, that sort of thing. Everyone was happy to hear him. They still can't believe that he's a lord. They don't understand how that's happened, but they're happy for him, and Daucus seems to be doing all right. Yeah. So, the next day, you guys were deciding what to do next, and I think you decided that your next task for Agnita was to travel to Parenzo by boat and meet up with this Bohemund Irovich. And that's where we'd left it. I was assuming that you guys were just about to arrange passage on a boat across the water to Istria and the city of Parenzo.
Okay. Remind me who we're visiting there. Who's this person?
So he is the Ghost Walker. He is the one that Agnito for Seta believes can help you. He's a renowned Ghost Walker.
Okay.
A Ghost Walker has rituals that allows them to travel into the Shadowlands. You guys have never been there, but I think Daucus has a ritual, so you have some implicit understanding, Daucus, of how the Shadowlands work, even though you've never been there. So, you guys on the boat.
Oh, did we want to say a few things to each other before we traveled away?
Sure. Off to you.
To just about, do we have this wrapped up? I mean, do you think we thwarted their plans, or what do you think is going on with the quarry and the brothers? And I mean, they're clearly shady.
Yeah, it's still a bit of a mystery, but I'm concerned. We have from this letter says Vincenzo will soon fall, and from this letter, what they're saying is that it is implied that the Gauntlet, who is that woman, I can't remember her other name, but maybe she's somehow being held in the Shadowlands, and this is helping them achieve that goal. So I think maybe if we can go and rescue this powerful figure, the Gauntlet, perhaps there'll be some way to counter whatever scheme is going on here. That's my understanding.
Also, just as a quick reminder, there was also the information that you'd picked up, Pietro, from the names in the list. So just so that you don't forget that.
Yeah, I do know that.
To
follow that up, we would probably have to go back to Venice, I assume.
Well, I thought it was we would need to go to not Venice, but like if is the Gauntlet, is that the lady that went missing, or
yes,
that we were supposed to find from the lady? She said we should go to this other city, and gosh darn it, if I can't think of it, maybe it's in. Oh, if only I had a map, I could point it out.
To resend the map?
No, I've got it. I just need to get to the right place. Oh, this is super. It's been a while since we played, so I have to admit that Parenzo, I think is where they said that we should go, and that's just south of where we are now. So maybe we thwarted them or scared them off or made them have to think about it differently. We just got too close and rubbed them the wrong way for whatever reason. Maybe we just played it too loud, and they, they didn't want a bunch of nobles sniffing around their business. Is my feeling. But yeah, so they said maybe the Gauntlets and Parenzo, the one that got lost in the shadows or whatever.
Who said that? I don't remember that bit, but
the lady. Okay. I might be oversimplifying it. The lady. Okay. The lady.
Yeah. So
Agnita or
Agnita. No. Yeah. Agnita. She was worried about the lady Ferrer Carrara who went missing in the Shadowlands. Oh, maybe that's where I'm confused.
Yeah, the guy who could help you is in Parenzo.
The Bohemond, that fella is in Parenzo.
That's where we are going. on the boat, right?
Yeah, right. I think that's where we're going. So if we head back to Venice, I feel like we might as well make a quick stop in Parenzo and then shoot right across.
So that's an island, is it?
No, it's kind of like a peninsula.
Okay. All right.
Just on the other side, basically. If you think of it as a gulf, it's just on the right side.
That's fine. Okay, let's. I think we just get this boat and we find this guy who might be able to help us. Help us find the gauntlet.
But
because if she's a powerful figure, it sounds like these people who are scheming, it's important to them that she's being kept.
Yeah.
Probably Shadowlands or somehow. So
yeah,
if we can get her out, maybe that's going to make a difference.
Yeah, it seems like they got to do whatever bad stuff they're going to do.
Yep.
First, and before she gets out, she'll stop.
Right.
And this sword of God thing, that sounds pretty mighty, like a flaming sword.
And I'm sure if we can rescue this powerful woman, that's gonna buy us a lot of potentially prestige and influence with Agneta and with her. That is all useful currency. And
I also think that we could maybe check out Istria's stone. Because maybe I could get some walls for my city out of Istria. I know there's probably some stone and nearby in the mountains. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. But maybe we could do some kind of run with the Carrara brothers and pull them out of business. With this alternate stone, we got a lot of information about the stone around here, and if we can undercut them, that'll put them in a hurry.
Maybe if we can get to the Shadowlands and meet with the Gauntlet, then she may well know really what's going on, and that might be the key to unlocking the whole, messing up whatever they're doing.
Sure. Well, I mean, whatever we can do to keep the Viper from building another army and trying to overthrow Venice and Milan, or the Duke of Milan or whatever. I just kind of worry he's going to come back and just be bad news bears.
Right. Well, let's get there and see if we can make some progress. Find out about this Shadowlands and find out what where that's going to lead.
Absolutely. Well, let's do that then.
If there's anything that you remember to speak about, just cut in. But I'm just going to describe the journey. Thankfully, fairly uneventful. You travel the narrow strip between Udine and Istria. You dock just outside Parenzo. And on the boat, obviously, the captain will have wanting to know about you. You're both nobles, so on the ship's captain and the quartermaster, no doubt, will have invited you to sit with him, and he'll just be asking you guys about yourselves. He'll also be telling you information, the latest of the updates on the war, because everyone now knows that the Lord of Padua has marched on Vicenza and other former lands of the Duke of Milan. With the death of the Viper of Milan, his whole empire, his whole kingdom that he was building, just crumpled. His sons and his wife turned on each other, and everything that he'd built with his typically ruthless style is all slowly fading away into nothing. is there anything, because obviously he's a captain, he gets information from everywhere. You guys have been back in the wilds, so to speak, in Udine and off near Treviso. Are there any things that you would want to ask the captain about back home in Venice? Any other knowledge, any other rumours, queries that you'd want to inquire about?
I'm trying to recall if there's anything specific. I mean, I certainly would be, I'm always interested in what the news is, what the rumors are. So maybe just yeah. So what news do you have, as traveling? I know that you come across travelers and, you always have the news, the seamen always seem to know things first. What have you heard about what's happening in these lands and down in Venice?
The last we heard was with Padua marching west and taking on the lands of Milan.
Mm-hmm.
We'd heard rumours that the widow had actually sent word to Venice asking for help to save her lands. That's just a rumour. I'm not sure. I can't believe it, but you hear something. Chances are there's a grain of truth in what you pick up. So, from what I've heard, people in Venice are now expecting the Lord Carrara to back off, because if he's got her over a barrel and she's willing to give up everything to save everything and give it to Venice, then Venice wins. And Carrara's just a lapdog to Venice. When his father was executed and he took over as Lord of Padua, he's just been a yes man. He's done whatever Venice has told him. He's just, a snivelling man who was too cowardly to die by his father's side. But I suppose someone's got to keep their hand on the wheel, so to speak. But apart from that, nothing really. It's just been, I don't know if you guys, my lords, travel by sea, but the pirates in the Adriatic, they're building up again. There's been talks of 1 or 2 raids along the coast of Dalmatia. It's always been there. Every 20 years, 30 years, there's a new captain of the pirates that leads them out. Venice defeats them. They go back into their caves and their coves, and then another 20, 30 years pass, they come back, and it looks like they're back at it. So hopefully in the next couple of years there'll be a war, wipe them out, and we can get back to having safe travels, because we do lose money.
What about Carlo and Niccolo? Zeno? Would they not?
No.
They were good guys. I was kind of sad when Carlo withdrew from being the Doge. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, do you think they bought him off? Do you think because last I heard, he was way off down in the Mediterranean, one of those big islands, Sicily or somewhere like that. Him and his brother, big island. Big island, yeah. But he was never wanting to be Doge. He's salt-blooded. He lives on the sea. He'd feel sick if he stayed in the land for too long. Now, out on the sea, the only time he goes on land is to fight a war, save the day, save Venice, back out onto sea. Yeah, I reckon they bought him off.
Well, the people sure did like him.
Oh yeah, wow. He was never corrupt. Well, there are rumours he was a bit of a pirate on the seas, but that's initiative. He's just an entrepreneur. But those other senators and the Doge, those noble families, company accepted. Obviously, you guys are the exception. Obviously, Candiano, old honourable name, but the rest of them, don't trust them. Don't trust them. We would have been better off with Carlo sitting.
Do I know anything about, from my sort of, dealings in Venice, and about these brothers, or any rumours about them or their family or anything?
What the captain's just explained is pretty much what you would know. Mm-hmm. Since becoming a severed soul and learning about, you have families who are called strategi, and a severed soul, one of the founding fathers or mothers of Venice, will have 2 or 3 families under their control. For example, the Candiano is a noble family / stratege of Ursus, and so on and so forth. But the Zeno brothers, that family, it's a noble family, but it's not strategic. It's not protected by an immortal. The immortals who pull the strings, they've always been on the outside. But what is odd is, and so does Pietro know, that Carlo Zeno is an initiate. He knows about the severed souls and magic and the Great Cycle. Yet his family's never been brought into the fold. No one's ever explained to you why.
Yeah, they're not one of the 6 agents of Venice.
Yep.
They're like the 7th one. The little tiny 7th one. It's like a half of one. It's a little thing. It's bless its heart.
Yep. And that's the gist of what you know. Obviously, Daucus
would he have any cohorts? Would he have any cohorts in the area that we could maybe talk to? And
no, not really. He stays on a ship.
He
the
stays
in Mar.
Yeah. So have you ever met him?
About 15 years ago.
Oh, so it's been
when I was starting off. He as captain. The captain looks like he's in his 50s, but obviously referring to when he became a captain. I met him about 15 years ago. A devilish smile. I've seen him do this trick, where say you're in a group and you're in charge and someone is out of line, like one of your subordinates is out of line. What he does is he finds out he knows that they've done something wrong, and then pretends not to know, and then just gets all pally with them, lures them into a false security. And if this subordinate's done something really, really bad, they'll be playing cards, everyone will be relaxed, everyone will be drinking, and the next second, Carlos snaps, slits his throat, thrown overboard, and everyone just goes quiet. He's the sort of guy that, when he's most happy, be afraid. He's that sort of character. That's how he keeps his crew in check. No one messes around on the Bissa de Mar. He keeps a tight ship.
Do you know what area he's been patrolling and sailing around recently?
I think he said he was in Sicily or something.
Okay,
he's pretty far away.
Yeah. Leagues away.
That's the other side too. Yeah.
Have any other nobles been coming over? Maybe from other parts that you knew of? There's hey, this guy doesn't usually come out here, because I was thinking about throwing a party. Maybe I'm raising
Pietro.
funds. You see, I'm trying to build walls for my city.
Build walls. Oh, Pietro, can you roll a d10?
Yep.
And Daucus, say hi or low.
I'm gonna say hi again.
Yep,
Even though-
9.
Oh, nice.
Right. Okay. The captain's kind of he goes tight-lipped at that point. But the quartermaster blurts out and says, "Oh yeah, we sometimes have to make detours for these lords. They set off from where you set off, and they'll come over, give us a bit of money, and just detour straight off to Venice." Oh, and he just starts naming nobles that Pietro you've heard of. You may have met them, you may not have, but they're not anyone that you know specifically. But one of two of those names you recall being in amongst the papers. Daucus, you notice that the captain gives his quartermaster like a side eye, and the quartermaster kind of goes quiet as he realizes that he's just blurted out confidential information, and he goes, "Sorry, yeah." Just
I'll just say
bottle
it's
of
all
wine.
right. This isn't Carlo Zeno, the hero. I think he'd be all right. we don't mean no trouble.
Of course, and the captain continues. Of course. Oh, you have the description of a man. I mean, I've been to Venice plenty of times. There was this old captain. There's no city guard. Same height. What was he called? Anyway, yeah.
El Toro.
You've got a double.
I heard of him.
Yeah.
The Bull.
Wouldn't want. Yeah. He says no more. He keeps looking at the quartermaster. The quartermaster keeps his eyes down. The rest of the meal, you eating quiet, and then the captain dismisses himself. He goes off to his quarters. The quartermaster goes off to his, and then for the rest of the evening, it's just a normal evening. Unless you guys are wanting to inquire any further with any particular people, or take a detour or whatever, you carry on towards the city and the port of Parenzo.
I wonder if we should talk to that quartermaster again. He might give up some more information. It didn't seem like he was punished that much. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we got the names. Whether they know anything more than that, I could maybe I could try and, if we can start a conversation, I could try and look into their thoughts a little bit.
Do you think that's okay? I mean, I'll talk to everybody. Like, I'll talk to until the cows come home for sure.
Okay.
I might go. Who should I talk to?
Is he like hanging out somewhere after, or is he like, I don't know, eating or drinking, or is he?
No, he'd go to his own quarters. To use your powers, you'd have to wait until sunset, but it's already evening by the time you've eaten. So, you know where his quarters are. The ship, the two of you're given, except the hold where all the cargo's kept and the mess where all the sailors stay in. The rest of the ship, you're free to travel. That includes the corridors to the bosun, the captain, quartermaster, so forth. Wherever you guys go, sailors kind of nod with respect. Daucus, it's really unsettling because 2 years ago you were the one, and now everyone's doing it to you. What is over to you?
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I also think the cook probably knows some stuff. I don't know why. I think that just in case, but maybe I'm just a little bit off. Maybe I'm running the ground. But did you want to try and maybe
let's
talk
just
to
go
the
to
cabin?
the quartermaster's room and knock on his door, I reckon.
Yeah.
So, we'll wander around, obviously make sure the captain's not in the vicinity, and try and do it at a time like when there's not other sailors like around, so we can sort of maybe discreetly get into his cabin and have a private chat.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
Okay.
It's quite late by the time you do get the opportunity.
Okay.
You knock on the door.
Yeah. On the door. Yeah.
Yeah, who is it?
It's Pietro and Daucus.
You hear the faint mutter of shit behind the door. And you hear him get up, opens the door. He's in, like, I don't know, medieval long johns. He looks like he's just got out of bed or was on his way to go to sleep, but, he's got his little hat on or stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, my lords, come in. When you get inside his room, you notice that his room's larger than the captain's room.
That's strange. Okay.
He's got most of the, even though it's bigger, it has the least space because he's got all the papers, he's got all the documents, all that sort of thing. But he's got his quarters is probably nicer than the captain's. He drags over 2 chairs next to a table, gestures for you to sit down, and kind of rubs his eyes and sits on a 3rd chair. My lords, how can I help you?
So actually, so is this ship? What is it, like a Venice-based ship? Is that who's they're allied with, or is it?
Yeah. Presuming that Niccolo, a Sketch's character's with you.
Yep.
Throughout the whole day or the whole journey, he'll be going, "Yep, I made that. Yeah, I made that. Yeah, this came out." He knows like the blueprints for this ship. It's a Venetian galley, designed for short journeys and massive storage. But yeah.
Okay, so we are on some official business for Venice, and we're just gathering information to support Venice in these current troubled times. And
what troubled times? What do you mean?
As the quarter, well, obviously there was the fight with Milan, and now Padua is on the march.
That's good though, isn't it? That's good, isn't it?
It could be, but it seems that things are a bit unsettled and uncertain as to where they will lead, and it is our job to kind of understand what's going on, and I feel that you are just in a perfect position in your job. You're ferrying nobles and travelers between places, and you hear things, you see things, and Venice would certainly be indebted to you if you had some further information that might be of use. It might be something that you don't even realize how important it is, but at the time it was like, that's a bit strange, or haven't seen that before. These are the kind of things we put together and sometimes find out something important.
Well, I don't think I'm the... You should be talking to the captain. Not me, just...
Well, you got all the records down here. I mean, it just seems like you would have some ideas. I mean, just I might throw some names out there, and you could just think about it, and that would really.
He pours out 3 glasses of wine from a wineskin. He drinks his, then grabs the rest of the wineskin. No, I can't. It's breach. I said too much before, and the captain's going to have my guts for guard if I say any more. And it's not for me to say it because, if you guys, my lords, if someone was asking about you wouldn't want me telling them, would you?
Well, what do you know about me?
Oh, good point. Now, good point.
I feel like sometimes my reputation goes far beyond my name.
Can I have a interaction influence charm, please?
Yes, you can.
He has an attachment, so that's going to reduce it because you're asking him to break his word to the captain.
Well, I have to get the dice.
I'll give you. I'm going to say minus 15.
Okay.
And that includes reducing it because of the role play between the two of you. The nice kind of good cop, bad cop kind of approach. He's not prepared, but still, you can tell you're trying to get him to break his word, and it doesn't sit well with him.
Well, I was kind of hoping my buddy would do his little thinky thing, but...
Well, Pietro, you don't need him to talk. You just need him to think.
You would not believe this. You would not believe this. Like, I gotta show it to you.
I would actually.
These like I if you come down here, that's 10. Oh wait, not that one. That one's a reroll. I can't. I can't.
I did see a 10 on one of them.
So there's a 10. There's another 10.
That's not a 10. Was that a 0? No.
This one has to be. There's 4 10s.
All right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Let's look at that.
Okay.
And then an 8.
You guys are the worst people to do a play test with because it's just. I got 100.
It's just like I rolled 2 10s and keep 1 die last game. I rolled 4 10s.
Pietro, are you going to use use that spell?
So as he's talking about this, I think that'll be the moment when these thoughts are in his mind.
Yep.
I am going to I'm going to try to see what I can see in his mind.
So it's your soul dice pool, which will be 6. Keep number of dice equal to electricity. And then if you've got comprehension as an affinity, add +5 or +10, whatever it is. It'll be probably +5 if you have an affinity in comprehension. Nope.
The only affinity I have is detection.
That's fine.
So
okay.
I have 3 in electricity, so I keep 3 of them. Is that right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so roll 6, keep 3.
Okay.
This guy loves me. I mean, that's like a 60. Like I ran out of dice. I keep somebody. Yeah.
Right. You've beat him by 20 or something like that. So you've got a lot of points. Now you can get information from his words, or you can sacrifice some of your success and pass it over to Pietro so he can get a bonus to him actually seeing images and thoughts. Right. It's up to you. So what did you get in total?
Me?
Well, I mean, it's roll 6, keep 3, but 10s count. Well, I rolled 4 10s. I have a +15, so it starts out at, and I only have 2 to keep because I don't have any more dice.
Yep.
So that's starts out at what, 55 plus 12. So that's 67.
So right, you've got an outcome of 5 then.
Yeah.
How much of that? Bear in mind so you've got 25 points.
Right.
You can distribute any number of those points over to Pietro, or you can keep some for yourself for your information gathering. It's up to you.
Well, I'll keep. You said there's a negative 15, so I just need a 20, right?
Yeah, so I guess 20, but I hadn't realised you've done so well.
Yeah.
So in total, you've got an outcome of plus 50, which kind of you can get lots of information. But what I'm saying is,
Right. Yeah. And I would give him I would keep, an extra 17 and give him the remainder. So I'd keep a critical success, and then kind of I'm just wowing him.
Another way of putting it is you've got 5.
Yeah.
Each 5 is worth 5 points.
Yeah.
So you keep an outcome, you get 10 points. If you want to transfer an outcome over to Pietro, he gets to add plus 5. Yeah. So over the 5, how many do you wish to hand over?
Oh,
that makes sense.
I guess I would give him half. So 2.
So you've got plus 10 to your roll.
Yeah.
Pietro.
Okay, so I did pretty well. I got 1 10 and 3 9s. So that's 28 plus 10 makes it 38.
38, take off 15. Okay, you got competent success. You've got an impressive success. So Daucus, eventually he's finished the wine. You're really persistent. It's your charm. Seems to work on everyone, and he's very susceptible. So he says, well, there's always nobles going backwards and forwards. You guys haven't been very specific. He talks about nobles going across Dalmatia.
I think some of the specifics with the Padua family or the Carrara family, or
So he doesn't mention any Carraras. He does mention 4 or 5 nobles from Venice, 3 of which are people who have ordered detours. So effectively, they were. The impression you get from him, both of you, from your roles, is that it's obvious that when they're paying for a detour, they're covering their tracks. Because as far as the paperwork is concerned, that boat never went to Venice; it went straight to Istria. Because when they're paying not just for the detour, they're paying it so that it stays off the books. Pietro, you get 2 or 3 faces and names. And these guys are higher up in the Grand Council.
Okay.
They're kind of mid to high level. They're not ministers, they're not procurators or anything like that, but they are the people who, like the undersecretaries.
Yep.
The ministers and that sort of thing. These are quite important people. The other thing is these 3. Sorry, it's just the other important thing is these 3 that you see. They're not initiates. They're not severed souls.
Okay. Is there anything about these people that I see a connection between them? That they're, whether it's through family or trade or the kind of things their families are involved in, or I don't know, something that I say, there's something common.
Pietro doesn't work for the government, does he? He's kind of a freelance, gets things done. Picks
I'm I'm someone who kind of does shady kind of deals and middleman type person. Yeah.
You're outside of that sphere, so you wouldn't know.
Okay.
You know their position, you know their names, you know possibly you would be able to find them in Venice.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you can't think of any real connections.
As he's getting a little bit more drunker, you think you could maybe you know some folks in Istria that could point us to somebody. Should I say his name? Bymond? Have you ever heard that name before?
What name?
Bymond?
Of Irovich.
Maybe.
Bohemond
Maybe that's his name.
Irovich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perovich.
The family name rings a bell. Right. The best person when you get there, when you get off the boat, I'll send out a messenger, and I can get you introduced to the rector of Parenzo. His name is Giacomo Vinia. As soon as that name is mentioned, Pietro, you recognize him. You know Giacomo Vinia. He's a disgraced nobleman, very high-ranking noble. But he fell from grace. You were never able to get the full details. But you know that Giacomo Vinia was a bit of a womanizer. So most noblemen are. And he hung around with a nobleman by the name of Girolamo. Or Giro, as people call him. Also another troublemaker, fire starter kind of character in Venice.
Does not like me very much, but I think he
No,
died.
he does not like you, no. But yeah, you know Giacomo.
And was this fairly recent they became disgraced, or they've been in that state for several years, or?
Well, I mean,
it's been a while. It's been about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
When
they're just playboys. They
disappeared.
just have a good time, drink a lot, just causing ruckus for my former employment as a city watchman.
So
this Giacomo is someone who's done some of these detour trips.
No. This is in response to Daucus asking if he knows anyone in Istria.
He was he was a tribuno, and
so he's kind of exiled from Venice, is he? He's got a
unofficially.
Yeah.
So in Venice isn't an empire yet, but what they did is they bought their way into a city-state or a small country, and the lord would be called a podesta, and that's usually a native to the land. They're the rightful lord, but at their side they would have someone called the rector, and the rector represents Venetian interests, and they're the people who actually run the city.
Okay.
So while Parenzo, will have a lord. So a rector, if it's a rector of a really important place, it's really high prestige. But if it's a small place, it's usually where you put undesirable nobles. You want to keep them out of the public eye. You ship them off and make them a rector to a small town or city.
Right.
Yeah, too bad Matteo's sleeping. He'd get right along. He was in with those guys pretty tight.
Yeah, Matteo would actually know him. Just like Matteo was put into the priesthood for his wrongdoings, Giacomo was shipped out for his wrongdoings. So at this point, the quartermaster's so drunk, he's so paranoid and so guilty that he just becomes a gibbering wreck. And before he starts begging you not to tell anyone what he's just blurted out, he kind of starts dozing off.
Well, bless his heart. He's gonna feel that in the morning.
Yep.
Okay. That's probably not. I mean, I guess there's papers here, but it sounds like there's so much. I don't think there's much.
Oh,
point.
yeah. And most of
feel
these
like
papers...
you should go through some of those papers. I'll put them in bed, and tuck them in real nice. I mean, we got the keys to the kingdom.
I'll have a flip through, I guess.
Okay. You take the key, because each little cabinet is locked up.
Okay.
Get the key from them, open the doors, and you go through, and there's thousands of documents and scrolls and maps and stuff like that. They are... As you're going through it, you realise that you're going to just be looking through the legitimate copies of everything. So the nobles will appear to be going from Udine to Parenzo. And there's so many nobles that make this journey. Some are Venetian, some are associated with Venice, some aren't whatsoever. There's so many. You'd have to spend days looking at this.
Okay, the only other thing I can think of would be to have a look around to see if there's any like notebook or collection of files that looks to have been hidden. So, looking underneath things or at the back of boxes or anything that's like not meant to be found.
Okay, what is Pietro's? It's a defense. I just need the figure from you so I can deduct it from this roll.
I have some.
What's your awareness? Your awareness?
Awareness.
Yeah.
And I'll just be saying some names that I'm just thinking of, like, Girolamo, Tribuno, just the Tribuno family.
That's in perception. Okay, I've got two in perception, but I don't have any extra in awareness.
Oh, right, so you don't have any ranks in awareness at all?
No, I've just got perception of 2.
Okay. Right. Okay. So there's no deduction. How long? Because bearing in mind it's close to midnight now. I mean, it's pitch black. It's clear sky, moonlight. How long do you want to stay in the quartermaster's room while he's snoring?
I can't read, so I don't think I can help you very much.
I don't know. I suppose. It's reasonable. Maybe if he's really out, for 20 minutes or so.
Okay. You ransack this place as quick as you can. By the time you've finished, that if you were hiding stuff, there would be loads of places to find, and you're kind of go through the list of here, no. You get the impression after 20 minutes, half an hour, that this guy keeps a truly legitimate, clean-cut paperwork. There are no nooks and crannies in the cupboards, in the cabinets.
Right.
You'd have to start if the only places where you think if he was really hiding it and you can't get to it would be like hidden compartments where you'd have to lift up the floorboards and stuff like that. But when you were in his head, when you were talking to him, he doesn't come across as that sort of person.
Okay.
He just does what the captain says, and by the time you finish, you're quite satisfied that it would be really unlike the quartermaster to have really, really good hiding places.
Okay.
You put the key back onto his chain, I guess?
Yeah, put it back wherever it was and just quietly leave, I think.
Sure.
That's pretty good. Yep.
I tuck him in real nice, and I put the bottle top back on his bottle, and I put him in the bed, and I might take his shoes off. Make sure he's...
So the next day, you arrive at Parenzo. The quartermaster looks at you guys sheepishly, but he's waiting for you. First thing, as you're heading out, he goes, "Do you want me to send out a messenger to get the attention of the rector?"
I think so.
Because he can take you to this, if he'll know this Behumund Irovich, he'll know him because he should know everyone, because he's the rector. But yeah, I can get him to meet you if you want.
I think that would be pretty. What do you think, Pietro? I wish Matteo was here and Nicola.
Right.
They just every time we go anywhere, it's just like they're just not even here. So weird.
This isn't the ghost guy, or is it the ghost?
This is the city. This city has. This is where the Ghost Walker Irovich lives. Yeah.
Oh, so that's his name. The Ghost Walker is. Yeah.
Bohemond Irovich. Yeah.
Yeah. We want to go straight to him. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You wait 20 minutes, and then a carriage arrives. Doors open, and Pietro, a rather dishevelled-looking Giacomo Veneer, steps out. He starts walking towards you, but then when he recognizes your face, his face lights up. Up until that point, he looks like he's aged 10 years. His time in this place has not been kind to him, clearly. As soon as he recognizes you, smiles, rushes forward, and grabs you by the hand, and then kind of, quick. I know why you're here. Finally. Come. And both of you, or all of you, are all ushered into this large carriage. He knocks on the ceiling. Carriage takes you all away. So, Giacomo is, as I say, he's dishevelled, bags under his eyes. He's a much older man now than he was when you last met him. But being in your presence seems to have cheered him up no end. He says, finally, they've sent someone, haven't they? And then he kind of leans in to both of you and says, you've come to investigate the letters, aren't you? The reports I've been sending every month?
We are on a mission to find out what's been going on.
No, but my letters, the letters I've been sending to the Senate, to the Grand Council. He looks at Daucus, and then kind of, and he looks to you, Pietro, with hope in his eyes. My letters, they've been read.
I'm sure they have.
Am I able to read his mind about what these letters are?
It's the sun has risen, so you cannot. Yeah.
Well, yes, we will get to that. Perhaps we should have a conversation tonight about the letters.
When a little more private, I think it's a situation like this that's so important. you just can't do these things out in the day like this.
Okay. He smiles again. I guess yes, no, that's right. That's a good point. Kind of looks out the windows of the carriage. Yes. My concerns. I can never know if anyone is listening in. Bear in mind, you're being pulled by 3 horses and you're going at some speed. You'd be surprised how anyone could understand or see anything that's been said or done in this carriage. But he does look fervently out the window, looks to you guys. Yeah. So, and then the rest of the journey, he just gibbers. He's over the moon to see you all. He wants to know about Pietro, your family, how are they all doing? Matteo, the same thing. He doesn't ask about his own family. He just wants. It's almost as if he wants to attach. He wants to reconnect with his younger years, and you, and especially Matteo, because Matteo was more of a fire starter. It's just loads of meaningless small talk. Pietro, Daucus, you've never seen a nobleman so insecure. He's
I'll try and
so
throw in
paranoid.
some gossipy stuff about,
Yeah.
so and so's affairs and this clergyman did this and all this some of the kind of gossipy rumor stuff that's sort of not that significant.
Yeah. While you're talking about the rumours, and he seems to be satisfied and he's happy that everyone else is living their lives, it's clear that he's not. He goes, "Oh, yes, of course. You're wanting to see the Lord on the Hill, aren't you, Mr. Lord Irovich? Oh, we're going there now. But Irovich, why are you wanting to see Irovich? I didn't mention him in my letters."
Well, it's just there's we're doing a couple different things. It's
two birds, one stone.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
is what it
and we
is.
we don't want to make it too obvious. We need to have a distraction about why we're really here and that kind of thing.
Yes.
And with the letters to the Senate, I feel like that stuff needs to be confidential as well. So it's good to have a distraction. You see what I'm saying? It's good to have plausible deniability.
Lord Ferrero, you have a. You're not from Carrara, are you, my lord?
No,
No.
I can't say that I'm from. I kind of traveled a lot when I was young. I am a lord because we stopped the Viper of Milan, and I was pretty central to that experience. And Ferrera had this beautiful young lady, which I would love to be with, but and we got married, and I think we got a kid on the way. It's really something special.
As soon as you mention meeting a young lady, getting married, he visibly sours and kind of folds his arms. Says, "Women, do not trust them. They will be your downfall." Conniving.
Well,
never
to be
trust
honest,
them. Never trust them.
I didn't. She was the first woman that I'd ever done. I didn't ever think I'd. It's amazing. The women. Oh my goodness, something else. I don't want to go into it. That stuff's private.
Yes. The silence that follows only ends when you've been heading up a long road uphill, and you can see whoever's is facing front can see on the hilltop almost a Transylvanian castle on the side of a hill. He's called it a hill, but it's more of the foothills leading up to the mountains. An isolated, fortified, not quite a castle, but fortified fort, so to speak. You're stopped at the gates. When the rector steps out, he is instantly recognised, and he walks beside the carriage, sort of keeping an eye on you guys, looking forward, and you're led into the courtyard. From the two of you, as you're getting out, can I get a attention, perception, surveillance?
Attention. So I get 8 dice on that. Perception, surveillance. Okay, so 8 dice, and I keep 2, and I have a +5. That's actually a bad roll.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm gonna do awesome on this. I mean, unless I roll all 10s, then I'll do okay.
I mean, it's still because I have I keep 2, so 16 plus 5, so 21.
I got a 11 or 21. I also got a 21.
Yeah. No, it's fine. You do notice something. When you're getting out, the courtyard, there are noble guards wearing the tabards or the heraldry of the Irovich family, milling about, doing training, that sort of thing. Both of you notice that Giacomo briefly looks up towards the tower, and then you're not sure. It's almost as if he shivers, and then he looks down, and then by the time you guys look up towards the top of the tower, there are windows, open windows. There's no glass, but there's nothing there. You can't see anyone in the windows, but whatever he saw has affected him ever so slightly. You are then brought through the courtyard, the horses and the carriages stabled, the coachmen go into the servants' quarters, and all of you, all lords, are brought into the castle, a small castle. Inside, you are welcomed by a tall, kind of the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he's got full control of his body language. You know, like how actors, they can change the impression people get of them because they can just change their body language. He is a quintessential actor. Or a noble. He knows how to look impressive. And even though he's not wearing expensive clothing, they are immaculate. And then he kind of like welcomes you all in. As Giacomo's passing by, Bohemond says, "Finally, Lord Rector, we finally meet. Despite you being here all these years, we've never actually had a chance to meet. I understand that these are your friends. For what reason am I honoured with the presence of the nobles of Venice?"
Well, we do have some matters we will need to discuss in private. But we've been sent specifically to talk to you about some pressing matters.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, we shall eat and drink before any matters feel the need to press upon us. So, come. He takes you into like a study area. Servant gets drinks ready for you, and you hear him order the servants to prepare this large table. There will be 6, 7, however many you are eating. Suckling pig, yes. Get the best. Get the best out of the pantry, blah, blah. So they head off. He comes back. You all have drinks, sat down. Pietro, you notice immediately that in the study there are a lot of books. Some all tattered. They're kind of like just this, they're literally strung together, while other books are leather bound or skin bound or whatever. So yeah, there's quite a lot of books. Otherwise,
you have a fine library here. I would love to. I would love to know more about your collection and see what you have.
Yeah, he then takes you through a lot of it because. So you've got the Adriatic Sea between yourselves, or Parenzo, and Venice.
Okay.
So you've got Dalmatia, Hungary, Croatia, all those lands on your side or on this side of the Adriatic, and the majority of these books are books relating to this side of the sea. The older books are related to Venice. So the new books, or the best maintained books, this side of the sea. The older books, lots of notes and so forth, back across the sea over in Venice. But yeah, he's more than happy to go through. He's got a vast collection. It's not the best collection you've seen. It's almost as if it's not so much an organized collection. It's just a case of he must have just gone and said, right, I like that book, put it there. I like that book, put it there. Some of the books are very, very dusty, as if they haven't been touched at all. Other books, clearly been used. And those books seem to be history, tales, mythology, legends, all that sort of thing.
You ever hear that one about the Odyssey? That was really something. I mean, I heard tale.
Oh, Homer. Mm. Yes.
I guess so. Yeah, go on.
No. So as soon as you say that, he smiles, and he kind of glances over towards Giacomo, who's not interested in books whatsoever, and he's just sat by himself, or maybe with Niccolo or Matteo, drinking. He's obviously wanting to talk in private himself, but he's not comfortable in a study. But Bohemund kind of leans in and says, when you talk of such legends, are you suggesting that you are here on a...
Well, we're definitely on a journey of sorts.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting.
But I haven't seen any... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
No,
you haven't
please.
seen any... No, you haven't seen any...
I haven't seen any. I was expecting to see some... the Odyssey has a lot of stories in it that are fantastic. I really... It just seems pretty normal. This whole trip, it's just been a real lackluster.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge. And then he kind of looks around. Pietro, you don't think this is his library? He does find the books. He find it's like the Iliad's in 17 sections, the Odyssey is in 10 sections, and he does manage to find them all together, but he's not... It's either his library but doesn't do a lot of reading, or he's just never actually bothered, if you know what I mean. He's either bought them himself recently, or they've been here for a long time, which some of them do look like they've been here for a long time, and he's just never read. But he does eventually find them, and he says, yes, there you go, the Odyssey. My particular favourite, the Cyclops. Oh no. When he enters the land of the dead. That's very interesting.
That sounds really spooky. I do like a good horror movie or horror book. Movies don't exist yet, so but someday.
Because I like to think of this section. It takes out the section where Odysseus ventures into do you know what? It's been so long since I read it. Where he ventures into Hades and goes to the Styx. He says, sometimes I feel like this is it's more of a how-to rather than a story, a guide, so to speak. And he's watching you two intently, trying to search for some sort of recognition, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you're talking about. So I can we're off away from
Yeah. From the others.
like so I may as well, like, we're not trying to hide anything from this guy. So it was Agneta who sent us, right? Is that the correct person?
Yeah.
So Agneta sent us. We are looking for the gauntlet, and she suggested you might be someone who could guide us towards where she might be. She's been missing the Lady of Padua, right? Is that right? For some time.
I know of Carrara. What do you... We'll eat first. We'll eat. He then glances over towards Giacomo. Yeah. I'll get him distracted, and then we can have a proper discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
then...
I know how to do that. Matteo, don't you guys have some stuff? You were telling me all about this stuff you wanted to catch our good buddy up on. Why don't you go off and get us some drinks started, and we'll catch up.
Giacomo kind of looks around. Matteo says, "Hey, yeah, sure, okay."
I bet he's been wanting to tell you all
they'll...
about what happened to Girolamo Tribuno. I know you had to run with him back in the day.
That does raise his interest. And then Matteo and Niccolo head off with him. Yeah. Just wander around the castle, right? Okay. So
we maybe take a short break before we get into this.
Yeah. Come back in 5-10 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Great. Okay. See you then.
Yeah. Cheers. Nope.
That was you.
We're back in the Isle of Istra. I guess it's not an isle. It's the isthmus. Is it an isthmus? What is that?
Istria, it's a peninsula.
But it's what is an isthmus?
Sticky
I
outfit.
feel like my geography is.
What?
It's a narrow strip of land bordering by water on both sides. So I guess that would be like Panama or something.
Right.
Or maybe.
Well, I'm looking at it on Google Maps, and it's directly across from Venice. So
Yeah. No, it's,
it would
it's right
be
across from Venice.
a lot of easy transport between the two, I can see.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. They're not.
Are we
super-
live
super
streaming?
far away? Yeah, we're doing this live. We're showing our ignorance, or my ignorance. What is an isthmus? But at least I knew what it was. I learned
It's a
something.
seamless transition, that Ken. Just seamless.
Just right in there. just that's the way we roll sometimes. It's really friendly.
Right.
Charming.
So, there's the three of you in the study. Irovich, or Lord Irovich, and you two. Everyone else has drawn Giacomo away. There's just the three of you.
All right. So, yes, the Lady Agneta suggested that you would help us find. You might be able to assist us on a journey to find her. We believe that she has travelled to some place called the Shadowlands, and normally returns from there, but has not returned for a long time, and she is concerned as to why and what happened.
I don't know where she is. I can help you get to where she could be.
Yeah. Do we have to go to the edge of the earth and then do some spells and stuff, and then drink the blood of the? I mean, I don't know.
No.
That's what they were saying in the Odyssey. I just like that. It was something else.
No. There's no Nekia, or however you pronounce that word. But a catabasis of some kind. No, I can take you to the Shadowlands. I can guide you through the Shadowlands, but you would have to show me where you think she is. Did this lady Agneta give you anything that was as a clue as to where to go?
Did she tell us anything? I can't remember.
She said to go and find this guy, and then
I don't know that. Yeah.
that he would get us on the other side.
You were given a sealed letter to Irovich and a map.
Yeah, I got
okay.
the map, and then here's the letter, I guess.
Okay. You lay out the
I remember that
character.
now.
Out of character, have any of you tried to open the letter that's wax sealed to Irovich?
Yeah, of course not. That would be sacrilege.
That's fine. Pietro, did you try and open it?
I think not. I think this seemed a little.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Who knows what Matteo would do? But he's not here, thankfully. So you put the letter down, you put the map down on the table in the study. As soon as you unfold the map, he kind of looks at it. He is lost in wonder for a moment, and then heads off to the door to the study and closes it and locks it, just to be sure, because I have very rarely seen a map of the Shadowlands drawn from inside the Shadowlands. Do you know what this is? Ken, do we have a live stream channel so that there's you can put the map up?
Oh yeah, it's up. You just can't see it, or unless you can't see it. Am I sharing? I don't know if I'm sharing. I thought I was sharing.
No, I can't see. I can just see the three of us.
Oh, that's weird. Well, it's on the live stream. They can see it.
Oh,
Well, I know what it looks like, but Adrian won't have it. Right, Adrian, I'm going to send this over to you. Just give me a second. Won't take me long.
I can see it pretty good.
that's the wrong thing.
I really thought I was sharing my screen. I clearly am not.
Adrian? Oh, no. Oh, that's not you.
go.
I've sent it to you again, Ken, by mistake.
Now I'm sharing my screen. If you could see it, you could see it.
Adrian, I've also sent it to you separately as a DM.
Okay, I can see it now.
Brilliant.
I always forget. Okay.
I can. It's probably.
Yeah. I see it. Yeah. Close that.
Right, brilliant.
Okay,
So, I've got to give credit to the artist, Ralph Damiani, for doing this. Out of character, trying to explain something as complicated as the Shadowlands to an artist who is superb, but is used to straightforward conceptual bits of artwork. He's done a fantastic job of deciphering the weirdness that is the Shadowlands. But yeah, artwork by Ralph Damiani. So he straightens out the parchment with great care and he says, I recognize Malamoko. This must be from at least 300, 400 years ago, at least. I'm not that familiar with Malamoko myself, but okay. So, I'm presuming you're both red hands? I am a red.
Yeah.
I'm a red hand.
Yeah. I thought when you're red hand, you're not supposed to talk about being a red hand.
There's only us three in the room, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Shadowlands. Have either of you entered the Shadowlands?
No,
I have.
Okay.
but I might be able to figure out a way. I do have some ability in the Shadowland that I'm not super familiar with.
Nope, that's fine. If this is so far back, it will be easier to enter the Shadowlands deeper than you would achieve. It's hard to explain. Imagine a world where you have died, but you haven't realized that you've died, and you're living episodes of your life over and over and over again. Your existence is a series of episodes that recur over and over and over again. In the Shadowlands, the dead cannot create anything new. They can only experience their memories. So when we enter the Shadowlands, you will not be walking on solid earth. You will not be sitting in a boat, a physical boat that will rot and can be remade and blah blah blah. You will be sitting within memories. You will be walking upon the memories of the dead. The problem is, memories are very fragile, and I must warn you that while I can guide you and advise you, both of you must be incredibly careful not to disturb the memories of the dead. If the dead see something that doesn't belong to their memory, they get confused, and their soul, their psyche, will fracture. Just like ourselves before, well, if you, the mundanes, the non-initiated, if they see anything magical happens, their brain shuts off, and then they come up with some other explanation to explain what they've just seen. When you see the impossible, you rewrite it. In the Shadowlands, when the Shades rewrite their memories, they literally rewrite their memories and their psyche, and they will slip into a deeper period of time. And if you're in that memory, you will fall with them. And getting lost in the Shadowlands, if you don't know how to find a port key, the port key is the entrance that connects one memory to another. If you do not know how to find a port key, you will be stuck in the Shadowlands, possibly forever. And there is only one guaranteed way out of the Shadowlands.
Well, I do have a Dow's port key as an ability.
Ah, so you are an apprentice, a journeyman ghost walker. Superb. Yeah. That will make our lives so much easier. Good. At least we have two people.
And I can break people's dreams too.
Oh wow. Okay. You are what do they call it? A dream walker.
Yeah.
Useful to know.
I apologize, Adrian.
So he goes back to the map. He says, if you notice on this map, there are white patches. That is not a blur on the paper. They will probably represent actual voids within this plane of memory. Every generation of dead exists on one plane of memory. But as the generation gets older and older and older, and the ghosts or the shades forget more and more about themselves, they forget more and more about the world that they're in. And as the memories fade, voids, empty spaces start appearing. So while you can see the roads and you can see the canals and the river and the buildings, we can only presume that those things are still there. But where you see white patches, whoever's drawn this map has already realized that there is literally nothing in those areas. They are voids. To enter a void would mean entering into a deeper plane of memory where the voids get bigger and bigger and bigger, until the shades cannot even remember who they are.
Well, I'm no expert, but it looks like the roads are kind of cut off by the voids a little bit.
We could... he sits down. There's a knock on the door. He kind of folds the paper, puts the letter away, unlocks the door, and the servant's there with more drinks. Drinks are brought in. He says, our other guests have decided to go on a tour of the castle. Make sure they don't get too far. Just take them to the dining room and they can wait for us. We won't be long. Yes, my lord. Drinks brought in. You all have some wine. The servant leaves, locks the door, comes back to it, and says, looking at this, we could probably enter through the road that says to the lagoon, Venice. If we slip in between the voids through the buildings, I cannot. It seems as though the roads and the buildings themselves have lost their identity. So what we can read here is fractured memory of the buildings themselves. We can navigate. There's 2 gaps there, and I presume the red circle bit is where we need to go.
Yeah, that's a guess.
Antinori is one of the noble families. When Venice was first established, Antenor and Ursus and Narses were the first severed souls of Venice, and the Antinori family was one of the first strategi. Yeah, I've got a feeling who lives in that building.
Would they have taken the lady?
No.
The gauntlet?
No. It's a story from long, long ago. There was a Doge of the Antinori family, this is centuries ago, who fell in love with a lady from outside of Venice, and together they made mistakes, as all leaders do. When they made the mistake, it put Venice at great jeopardy. And like all mistakes, Venice is unforgiving. The Doge was executed, and his wife, his love, she is Carrara. If she's been going to the Shadowlands to see someone, did you say she sees this person regularly? Or goes into the Shadowlands regularly?
Yes, she normally travels there and spends a few months there, I think, every year, and then returns. But this time she's been there for several months, she has not returned. She's basically missing.
Yeah, maybe she lost her anachronism. That's a $10 word right there.
That's all of it. She will be visiting the Shadowlands to see her lost love.
If she visits him, though, wouldn't it? I mean, and he's stuck because he's dead. Wouldn't that like disrupt the field or whatever? Their whole situation.
He hasn't aged a day, perhaps. So for her to reappear into one of his episodes, she hasn't changed. She would look exactly as she did when he was alive. So because she belongs in a lot of his memories, she would just be simply playing that role in a repeated performance. It's not unheard of for ghost walkers to simply learn the rituals of ghost walking, to be with loved ones. The only danger is if you stay too long in the Shadowlands, you may forget yourself and never return.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. She got knocked out or slipped or fell down.
So what do you need to be able to return? What's
a Daucus port key? I think I have it, but I'm not very good at it. I think. Am I wrong about this?
A port key will connect memories together. So, yeah. For example, when we get there, we need to be careful to stay in one shade's memory.
Yeah.
We find a shade whose memory we're walking through and stay with them. So we actually stay within that episode. And then if we want to move on to another episode, we would use a port key and slip into another memory. If we get lost, if a door is closed, or we look back, we can use the ritual, Dao's port key, to find an entrance back into the memory that we were in before.
I see. It's very complicated.
Yes, it is very dangerous. If you get lost in the Shadowlands, as I say, there's only one guaranteed way out of the Shadowlands. But hopefully together, as long as we stick together, follow my lead, we will be fine. Going back to your question, Pietro, what do you mean about how do we get out?
Well, if we decide, okay, I'm done here, I want to go back to the normal world, what do we do, or I do?
We would retrace our steps. If everything all goes to plan, we would be literally reversing our journey. Same memories, same route. Think of it as the geography is made up of time and episodes. We move from one episode to another episode, and we use the same path through the memories. This would be like an extraction. Get in.
And do
Carrara,
those memories
get out.
close once we pass through them, and we got to find a different way back? Is that?
Let's hope that doesn't happen. But yes,
Okay.
if for example we slip and we enter a foreign memory, we may have to navigate our way back into a memory. The location that we need to get to, that won't change. We just need to be careful not to disrupt memories. The worst case scenario is if anything happens and we fall into the Shadowlands below, the plane of memory below, because that will be another plane of memory.
Like Parmesan on a grater.
So what would be the kind of thing that would disrupt a memory? Because we're going to be there, so we will be something foreign out of their memory.
So, there are things called the traditions of the Anunnaki. They are guides. One of the guides is never to turn back. You must always keep looking forward. Imagine we're in a line, and Pietro, you're at the back. If you look behind and then look back, and we've moved forward, and the memories change,
You turn.
we will become separated. Always keep looking forward. 2, make sure all doors, entrances are kept open, because every entrance, whether it be a door, a dark alley, a cave, whatever, is a port key. We need to keep the port keys open so that we can get in and get out. If a shade witnesses anything that they would think is impossible, their psyche will have to rewrite their consciousness, so write out that impossibility. So the episode that becomes filled with an impossible thing is lost forever.
Yeah, it
That's
kind
the
of
shade sinks, and we will sink with it,
it
unless
reminds
we
me
can
of,
leap into another memory.
It reminds me a little bit of being in the dream space, and if you touch those dreams, they just pop.
1 second, I'm going to check. I can't remember if this guy's actually a dream walker as well.
Don't enter the dreams. I mean, it seems like just not being seen is going to be one of our greatest challenges. Because I mean, I didn't. I know a lot of people, but I mean, I bet we as a group look pretty unique.
As long as we don't draw attention to ourselves, we'll be fine. There is another guide from the traditions of discarding an item that belongs to you. Pietro, as he's talking about these things, such as don't look back, leave an item of belongings behind, these are all things from mythology. So the Greek myth of when Persephone went into the Shadowlands, at each of the gates she had to discard something to go further, and it's almost as if that story's been written with a truth that only the severed souls can learn, which begs the question how much more of the secrets of the severed souls are actually written into the mundane myths. But anyway, yes, port keys keep open. We will discard items that make us stand out. Strangely enough, that if a shade sees the living within the lands of the dead, we will be seen as ghosts, which so we must discard parts of our mundane identity as the deeper we get. So clothes, items that mark you as someone of this century, we can discard them to help us fit into the Shadowlands. We just keep a low profile. We don't need to do anything. When we find Carrara, do whatever it is we need to do to get her free or from whatever is causing this, and then we get out.
Well, all I got is a couple of weapons and some armor, so I don't have any trinkets or nothing.
We could pick up clothing along the way.
Yeah. This is one of those situations where I've seen those in comedy sketches where you just keep on putting clothes on, and then they turn around and take it off. Yeah, okay.
Is this from one of these movies you were talking about?
Yeah, right. I don't know. In reverse. I see the future.
Brilliant. He looks to you, Pietro. Are you okay? You look concerned, and rightly so.
Well, this is something new in a world I don't really understand. So, but it seems like this is where we must go.
Stick close to me. We'll be fine. He grins. He then looks at the letter and says, mind you, I haven't actually agreed myself yet. I haven't said I'm going to go. He picks up the letter, breaks the wax and seal, and then heads off to one side and reads it in private. It's clear he reads it 2 or 3 times. He then folds it up, and as he's turning around to you guys, he kind of crumples it up and then puts it into a fire and just watches it burn. And when he turns around to you guys, he smiles, says, what the Lady Rosetta is proposing, I agree to. I will be your guide. Right, let's go and eat and find out what the others have been up to.
Okay.
You head out. Dinner is served. All of you are there together. Nicolo and Matteo all just being themselves. The one person that seems to be out of sorts is Giacomo, and you can see him while you're eating. Doesn't say much, but he's kind of looking into like the shadowy areas. This is a huge dining room. There's 4 fires, and not even the fires and the torches lit up, like ensconced around the room, can light up every corner. The stairs are shadowed, and he seems unnerved by something.
Okay. I'm going to address the what's his name, the lord of the place we've been talking to. This is such a interesting, fine castle here. Has it been in your family for a long time? I've never seen anything quite in this style.
My ancestors married into this family many, many years ago. My great-great-great-great-grandfather was originally from Venice, and then his daughter, my great-great-great-great-grandmother, married into the Irovich family, and yes, I am the last of my family in this old, cold, and dark home. But it is my home, and I am happy. As for the architecture, all I know, it's old and it belongs to the land. The people who built it did a very good job, but it's still standing despite the many wars that's been waged around it.
Would you mind if I wandered around and, I'm a student of architecture and just took in something of this place, just to, like I say, I've never seen anything quite in this style.
Daucus, you're sat opposite Pietro, and the moment Pietro suggests about going for a wander, Giacomo glances over towards him and he gulps and takes a swig of wine. Irovich says, yes, of course. There are certain rooms that are locked because no one lives in them, so it may not be as interesting, but I can have some of the rooms opened for you, but they're just bedrooms that are not used, really. But yes, of course.
One of my favorite pastimes is when I come across an old building of substance, to just wander and take it in. It calms my mind and my senses. Before this undertaking we have, I think it might be a good way for me to.
Would you like a guide? I can ask one of the servants to go with you, or would you like me to go with you and I can give a personalized tour?
I'd be happy just to wander myself and gather my thoughts.
Okay, sure. Okay.
So,
right. Meal finishes. They wait for you to rise and head off, and when you do,
okay.
As Giacomo's on your side of the table, opposite you is Irovich and Daucus. As you're walking past Giacomo, he gently taps you on the leg as you're walking past to get your attention, and then whispers, says, avoid the top floor, please. And then he goes quiet and he just goes back to drinking.
Okay, I'll just sort of nod and give him a little wink.
Okay. You head off. I mean, there's huge stairs at the end of the corridor that leads up, and it's just you've got 5 or 6 doors leading from this room, leading out into the foyer, the study, the kitchen, servants' areas. So the most prominent features, the huge stairs. You go for a wander.
Yep.
Daucus, what are you up to?
That's a good question. After all that has transpired, I'd probably hang out with the host and just listen to some conversations of the other nobles that were around. Are there other nobles, or just the nobles we brought? And
it's just the 6 of you.
Yeah, because he was the noble.
Yeah.
Maybe just look at the atmosphere. Like, are there other guests that are just
no
people who live in the castle, or is this a pretty small meeting group?
There's 6 of you around the table now. 5.
Yeah.
And then on various walls near doors leading the kitchen and the servants areas, there's servants who are just waiting.
Yeah.
Someone finishes their glass, they hurry over and fill up the glass, they step back.
Okay. Yeah.
Pietro disappears and heads upstairs or goes through a corridor or wherever he wants to go, he Irovich calls over one of the servants and says, please keep an eye on Lord Pietro. I don't want him getting lost. You let him travel wherever he wants to go. Just, if he gets lost, save him. This is a big place. He will get lost. He goes, yes, my lord. And then, soft-footed, follows after.
I'll ask him, have you ever been to Venice? Or spend any
in my
time
younger
there?
years.
Yeah.
In my younger years.
What did you do when you were there?
Saw the sights.
Yeah. Did you have any friends, or
No, I grew up in Parenzo.
Okay.
When I visited Venice, it was just a brief visit.
Yeah.
Daucus.
Yeah.
He seems quite melancholy. For the first time, when you're talking about this specific conversation, he seems quite melancholy.
Oh, he doesn't like. You don't like leaving that. It's okay. You don't have to travel. Just do whatever you want to do. I'll change the conversation to something else.
To be fair, when I went to Venice, it was just simply a reminder of what my family had lost, and what we could never reclaim. But that is life.
Well, on the bright side, I mean, people fall out of favor and fall back into favor all the time. I mean, it's how you play. It's how you play your cards.
As you're saying that, Giacomo gives you, he side eyes you.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't say anything.
Change
There's
the
just a brief scowl of when you said some people fall out of favor, some people fall into favor. When you said fall out of favor, he kind of brief scowl, says nothing, has another drink.
Yeah.
As it gets a bit awkward in the silence, they're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Irovich breaks the silence. He says, but my lords, it is late. I suggest you stay here for the night, and then in the morning, at first light, we sail and we set off to the island of San Lazzaro. That would be an ideal starting point for our little adventure.
Oh.
At that point, Giacomo says, no, I must be going. I hadn't realised it was so late. Yes. Yes. He then abruptly stands up, pushing his chair back, nearly kicking it over. And Irovich kind of pleads for him to stay. It is late. But Giacomo is dead set on leaving. And as he's leaving, he turns to you, Daucus, and Nicolo, and Matteo, and says, there is space in my carriage if you wish to come.
Well, he's been nice enough to let us invite us to stay. I'm pretty tired. I appreciate the offer.
Okay.
Perhaps we'll
Nicolo-
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. Matteo, Niccolo, are strangely quiet at this point.
Well, I think
and
Mateo's
Giacomo,
quiet because he's been drinking.
Giacomo politely nods to Lord Irovich, smiles, and then heads out. And then you can beyond the doors, you can hear his carriage, the wheels, rolling away at great haste out of the courtyard. Everyone else agrees to stay, and for those who agree to stay, he gets servants to prepare some of the bedrooms for you. One room each. They get the fires set, ready and warming. And while that's going on, it's about 11 o'clock, nearly midnight. Pietro. Anywhere in particular? This is a quintessential Transylvanian sort of castle. The stairs never seem to end, and there's always 2 or 3 doors at the end of each corridor.
Okay. I'm going to... Is there anyone accompanying me, or am I on my own, as far as I can tell?
It's nighttime. You can't... It's quite dark. You think you're alone.
Okay. Well, I'm going
out of character. You could use a spell, or like detect element, and kind of like focus on an area, and see if anyone's coming through there, and it would just kind of you'd get vague information.
Okay. Well, I'm going to head up.
Okay. As you're
Como seemed to suggest that's the place to go.
Yeah. As you're going up the stairs, after a while, you do realise that there is someone following you. So as you go up, you can just about hear pop, pop of slippered feet following you. And when you stop, they stop. When you move, there's a bit of a delay, and then they follow.
Okay. I'm going to see if there's some opportunity to give this person the slip somehow. So maybe there's like a corridor that I can head down and then maybe duck into a room really quietly so they won't know where I've kind of snuck into, and wait for them to hopefully walk past.
Brilliant. Okay. Can I have so an acumen and either stealth. Yeah, acumen, stealth, hide.
Okay, this is something I'm good at.
Yeah.
So I've got acumen, I've got force, I've got 8 dice. 4, 2, 3, okay. And then stealth, I've got 3, and hide, I've got 1.
Yeah.
I keep 3 and I add 5, right?
Correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's only a servant, but the servant knows this area, knows this whole castle. So take 15 off.
Okay. No 10s on this roll. That's very disappointing. But I have to do this math. So 14 plus 9 is 23 plus 5. So 28 minus what?
15.
15. Okay, so whatever that is.
So partial success. So what
Okay.
you do is you manage to lose the servant, but then you lose all sense of direction. So you're so by the time everything's gone quiet, and I think you can just about hear that pop, pop, going off in a different direction. You look around, and the only light in this room is coming in from the window. It's moonlight, starlight. And you go, I have no idea how I got in here, because it's so dark. You're not even sure which doorway you came through. As you're looking around, it's cold, and it has that imposing feeling to it. Can I have a composure? So I need a hold on. Oh, social primal attack. Yeah. So it's composure, empathy, plus emotions.
Okay, so I've got a lot of composure, but I don't have any empathy. So I've got 8 dice, but empathy is just 1, and I've got nothing in emotion.
Okay.
Okay, this time I got a couple of 10s though, so that's helpful. So there's that, and I keep 1 more. So that's a 20. Oh no, there's another 10. Okay, 37.
Wow. Okay. Take 15 off. 11. So that's what's that? That's 20, 22. Okay. Complete success. Right. As you're wandering around trying to find the way out, you just get this feeling that you're being watched, or that there's just, at first you're thinking there's something in the corner, and you kind of glance and there's nothing there. You kind of shake it off thinking, oh, silly me, this is, it's almost as if you've gone back in time when you were a kid and you've just visited an old building and everything scares you. You have that feeling, then you kind of chuckle and laugh it off, and then just as you turn around, and there's a high up on the rafters. There is a large creature, and it's
how large is it? Like,
the size of a. I mean, your character probably would, in character. Your character wouldn't know how big a large cat is. Our character, it's like the size of a tiger or a lion on the rafters, and it's not moving.
Right. And I can't make out what, it's too dark. It's just what I can see. There's an outline of something.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah. And as you're not moving, it's not moving.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to, is there a doorway in this room to get out?
Yeah, you have to walk underneath the rafter to get to the doorway. It hasn't moved.
Okay. So I have a dagger. So I guess my hand is going to go to my dagger, so I have it there.
Yeah.
I also have my pouch with some sugar candies in it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So I'm going to, as quietly and slowly as I can, like just take out a couple of these sugar candies and I'm going to sort of toss them to the opposite side of the floor of the room to where the doorway where this creature is, hoping that it might, like a dog would if some food went, scattering, that it was going to go for it. And then my plan is to exit when it goes. That's what I'm going to try.
Feed the cat some chocolate. That'll teach him.
Just chuck some cat nut at it and leg it.
I mean, I don't think cats can do chocolate just like dogs can.
This is sugar candy. Sugar.
Okay. Right. It's near pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is outlined in a pale midnight blue. Moonlit blue. You brace yourself, slowly get the dagger out, slowly slip the candy between your fingers, and then you flick it across the room, and all you hear is a stops. The creature on the rafters does not move. And then you hear a creaking sound right behind you. Like not immediately behind you, but like far side of the room. There's maybe a floorboard creaking.
Okay. Am I able to look into the mind of an animal?
You've never tried.
I'm going to try to see if this thing hostile, or I assume it doesn't have thoughts in language, but that is this thing angry, or is it fearful, or is it just hanging out and doesn't care, sort of thing?
So you can make a soul. So roll your soul. Keep number of dice equal to your electricity.
Where is soul again?
Soul is your red hand character sheet.
Yep.
Top middle. And your dice pool will probably be 6 because you'll have 3 in soul, and then it's
correct.
doubled.
6. Yep.
And then
my electricity is 3.
So roll 6, keep 3, and because it's a detection spell, add +5.
Okay. Okay, I got 2 10s, so this is pretty good. So 20, and then I keep another, what was it, 3?
Yep, so roll 6, keep 3, and 10s, add 5.
So I got 2 10s, so just got to add these up. I need to get a quicker method for adding up. 14, 20, so that's a 55.
Damn it, right.
Because I got 2 10s and I got the +5 and whatever.
Okay. Effectively, what you're doing is you're detecting electricity. So when you do with humans, you detect the.
Oh, it's a 45. I got estimated 45.
It's all right. It makes no difference. Where are you focusing the spell?
Where? Well, on this creature.
On this creature, there is no electricity.
So it has no mind, as far as I know?
There is no electricity.
So I don't detect any thoughts.
Yeah.
I've never tried it on an animal before, though. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do I know?
It still hasn't moved.
Okay, when you say it hasn't moved, what can I see? Can I see breathing? Like, is there any movement, or is it could be a statue?
As you move closer to view, it's possible that it's a stuffed animal.
Okay.
Because now that you're looking for the heartbeat or any movement, there's nothing. This is just a hunting trophy or something like that from Africa.
Okay. So it's a big, it's like a panther or something, or it's like a tiger, or can I see enough? Or...
In character, you never see anything like this before. Okay. This is like one of those mythical creatures from the African lands. You've heard of them, you've never seen them, but it's still so dark. You can just all you can do is make out the outlines.
Okay. Well, I'll just sort of quietly sort of scoot under there a bit warily and back out into the corridor. And can I get back to where I was before I went down this little passageway?
Yeah. You do eventually find your way out. It takes you quite a while for the adrenaline to leave your system, but like as soon as you're back into the one of the big open corridors, and then you can hear the pop, 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 and then coming around the corner,
Right.
there's a servant with a little tiny lantern or a torch, like a candle, looking around, and then goes, and then slips back because then she realizes that she's just not supposed to be seen. She's kind of like, she retreats.
No. That's you can bring the light here. Maybe it's best if you accompany me to this building. I'd really like to the views. I could see how tall this structure is. The views out over the bay here must be amazing. If we could get to the top and look out into the night, I would love that. Would you be able to show me the way?
I suppose so, my lord. She kind of looks around. Yes, my lord. She then takes you up another flight of stairs. Big oak door. She puts the key in, wiggles it, takes the key back out, and the door opens.
Okay.
And then you take the stairs all the way up to the top, and it's just a huge single room. It's freezing up here because all the windows are all open. There's no shutters, anything like that. And we're getting here. You are feeling the cold. It's freezing in here. And like the servant stays at the bottom of the stairs. We generally keep this door locked.
I see. Well, thank you for allowing me in. I just want to have a quick look and have a look around. Is there anything particularly? What do I see? Anything unusual, or it's just a big empty room? Or
there's bed sheets that looks like they've been blown down from furniture. Furniture itself, it's been affected. It's been affected. Exposed to the wilderness, so it's rotten. This room seems to be completely abandoned.
Okay. I guess I just have a look around, look under bits of rubble if there's anything of note. If there's not, there's not really much else. I guess I'll head back down if I don't see anything that seems remarkable.
Okay. You head down after a bit of she gives you a little bit of a tour. There's nothing of particular interest. It's a huge, largely empty castle.
Yeah.
When you get downstairs, you realise that everyone's now packing up and being escorted to their rooms.
Yeah.
When you're shown to your room, Daucus, you're shown to another room. Pietro, when you sit down on your bed, like testing how firm it is, stuff like that, you start stripping off. You put your hand in your pocket where you took the sweet, and you kind of take it out because you might have one in the morning or whatever. And you had 4 at the beginning of the day, and then you take 4 out of your pocket, and then put it on the side.
Sorry, what do you mean? I didn't catch that. So what did I notice?
So you had 4 sweets.
Yes, I had 4 sweets. Yeah.
Yep. And you still have 4 sweets.
Oh, so the ones I tossed. That okay.
Is back in your pocket.
Well, maybe I had more than I realized.
Maybe.
Now that's the only logical explanation.
You all have a nice, relaxing night's sleep, unless you guys want to do anything at midnight.
I would try my little ability again. I would try to. We don't have to go through all of what we did last time, but I just want to go into the dream world. I want to walk without
sure.
or dream with, see if anything is different.
Are you doing it alone?
Yeah.
Like, are you yeah. Okay. Right.
I was like,
you
it's such a wild time before. I was like, let's go do the. What is this? It's like some kind of
Sure. Yeah.
drug or something. I don't know.
You enter the gallery, and again, you're surrounded by bubbles. Each one dreamscape.
I'll just try to glean some kind of ultimate meaning of life, the universe, and everything. I'm not going to touch any of them.
All right. Okay. Pietro, can you roll a d10?
Yep.
And this time, 10.
Yeah.
Give me a number between 1 and 10, not high and low, just a number.
4.
Did you get a 4, Pietro?
No, got a 9.
Okay. When you're going around, you notice that no matter how long you wander the gallery for, there aren't any dreams belonging to Venetians. Because I know last time you were specifically looking for like any dreams that might have some relevance to you. And Chinese, Japanese, Polynesian, Native American, German, Russian, all different cultures. And when it comes to the meaning of life, you are walking in a kaleidoscope of humanity's cultures, most of which haven't even been written about in Europe.
Yeah, I'm just fascinated. I'm, just learning about the world, I guess. Yeah.
Pietro. Okay. I'm gonna regret this, but I don't know. So much for the. Let's get straight into Shadowlands, right? Pietro.
Yep.
Pick a number between 1 and 7.
Pick a number. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need me to tell you the number?
Yeah.
6.
6. Right. Okay. You're doing this. You're wandering the gallery for maybe 2-3 hours. The last time you did it, you were in there for about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And there was just you in the gallery. Just wandering around, looking in. Move on to the next one, looking in. It all stopped the first time when you saw the girl and you thought, I've got to save her, and you kind of pushed in, popped it, and let it back out again before the dreamscape dissolved. It's a fascinating world once you see it from this perspective. And there's one dream where you're looking in the dream, and you can tell who's the dreamer because they're fully formed. You can tell who is the main character in their dream. Everyone else in the dream is featureless. They only have features when the dreamer looks at them directly. Otherwise, they just form part of the periphery. They have no specific details. They're just there to fill in the gaps. Mm-hmm. However, there's one dream that stands out, and there is a old lady standing at the other side of this huge, it's like a diner, it's like a farmhouse. It's like we'll say it's Chinese. It's like, imagine one of those big, huge Chinese halls where it's all on the ground. You'll have like pillars all down the sides, but in the main area, you have the dreamer who's sat at a table and they're talking to someone. It's clearly someone that they love. They're sharing brief moments of affection, as in their hands are touching each other. But you get the impression you get from the dream is that it's a perhaps a forbidden love, because their brief contact means so much to them, but they're having to be really sneaky about it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dream, there's presumably other family members all looking on, not noticing what's going on, but they're all featureless. However, this old lady is stood at the far end, and the old lady is staring at the woman who is the dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
And then her eyes turn to you.
Oh, shit.
And then the old lady turns and faces you directly. So it's almost like she's turned like 15 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And she's facing you, even though you're not in the dream. Mm-hmm. And you're inches away from the glass of the dreamscape so you can see better. Yeah. And she's looking directly at you.
Does she look mad or curious or happy?
At first, when she was focusing on the girl, she looked quite happy. It's almost as if she was proud of what she was seeing.
Yeah.
But then when she turns to face you,
not so much.
That look goes, and she's not happy.
I just wave and kind of back up and like move on.
Okay. As you're backing up, she starts to move. She doesn't walk. She drifts forward very quickly.
Forward. Well,
and as you step back, you are transfixed. Imagine something from The Ring where Sadako is actually crawling out the well and is walking towards you. You can't take your eyes off her. You can move back, but she gets closer and closer and closer.
Is she out of the dream?
Not yet. She's still in the dream. About halfway.
Yeah, I'll give her some space. Does she look like she's gonna attack me, or just very non?
If she was, she comes across as a caring mother or a caring grandmother. Mm-hmm. She's not armed. The way that she moves has a kind of a grace about it. Mm-hmm. But she's old.
Yeah. Well, so I'm not super frightened of her. I'll just give her some space, and it looks like she's just protecting her little kid. And I'll move on to the next number of dreams.
So you move on, and you kind of like looking, and you're about 15, 20 feet away from where you were. You're kind of like side-eyeing as you're like walking away. Yeah. And she starts stepping through the glass of the dreamscape.
Yeah, that's impressive. She's probably more powerful than me. Hi, I'm Daucus Carrota. That's what I say.
Remember, you are in the form of your avatar, so you are a huge bear.
Yeah.
Half man, half bear form. Sure. And so you're about 7-8 foot tall and about 4 foot wide.
Yeah.
As she gets closer, she gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, like a lot bigger.
Yeah. It's almost as if it's like an illusion, like of perspective. Like either she was really small when she was far away, or that now that she's getting closer, she's being stretched by some optical illusion.
Mm-hmm. That's spooky. And I'll just keep on trying to be nice to her. I'm just visiting. I don't know this world that well. What's your name? And
she looks down at you. She looks down at you.
Yeah.
Smiles for the first time since seeing you, and then just walks around you.
Yeah.
And, drifts around you and moves on.
Oh, okay.
And then when you look back, she's vanished.
Yeah, Okay. I was gonna ask how you did that, because I exploded it last time.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'll wake up. I learned something.
Okay. Sure enough, you wake up, or you stop your ritual. You stop your meditation. A few hours later, sunrise, and there are knocks on all your doors. You're obviously not capable of dreaming, but you can sleep. Fully refreshed, you're brought downstairs. You're all given breakfast. Pietro, you realise that the party's missing someone. That we're all like when you're all sitting down for breakfast or whatever meal it would be. Giacomo's gone.
Okay.
And you're all around at the table.
Where's Giacomo? I enjoyed chatting to him about the old times in Venice.
I think he went
Is he
home
not out
last
yet?
night. I think he took off. He asked if we wanted to join him, but you were off gallivanting somewhere. I think he just went on.
Oh, well.
He's kind of funny about those letters to Congress. I wonder what or Senate.
Yeah, we never got to look into that. Well,
we didn't. It's not really why we're here, though. So
no, no. I think we need to move on to our mission.
yeah, I think the letters are just about getting him reinstated.
Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
You all eat. Rations are prepared. Changes of clothes. He actually goes out of his way to find old clothes. He can't get clothes that are hundreds of years old, but he gets clothes that are maybe 50, 60, 100 years old. They're a bit tatty, but they don't look modern. He gives these to you as part of the transition. When we start slipping through the disputed lands, it's a key point. We need to start leaving things behind. Normally, we would discard powers when we move through certain places, but I don't believe Malamocco belongs to anyone, so I think we should be okay. So what we'll do is there is a special place in the island of San Lorenzo. Both of you know this is a former leper colony. Well, actually, it still is a leper colony.
It was colony.
When the plague hit Venice, it hit Venice really, really hard. And one of the things that they did was they started shipping people off.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the places that they moved them to was the island of San Lorenzo.
Okay.
So there are parts. I mean, they all died.
Okay.
But on the journey over there, Irovich explains, because so many people have died on that island, there's a crossing point. Normally, if we want to enter the Shadowlands, we would enter through our sanctuary. But because that island is so associated with death that even the people who are living there are effectively living in death. With dignity, the nuns and the monks treat them with care. But their existence is not much difference to the shades that we will encounter in the Shadowlands. So there is a strong attachment between the Shadowlands and the island of San Lorenzo, which is why we're going to use it. We'll use there to get into a fairly deep plane of memory. We will then use Charon to sink even further, and we'll get into Malamocco. Which reminds me, he then kind of looks around in his pockets. He has to ask a servant for some coins. puts the coins in his pocket, says, right, I think we are ready. Let's go. You then get on the boat. He'll speak to you about anything, but just for the flow of the game, you travel back towards the lagoon, but instead of traveling to Venice itself, you travel to a small island which is just south of Venice, called San Lorenzo. When you get there, there is a group of nuns, monks who kind of greet you. Nothing particular happens. However, it's a perfect opportunity if you guys have any questions about Shadowlands, ghost walking, or just anything you want to ask Irovich. You've got like 5 or 6 days, so you can.
This is more just a question to ask you out of game. So I have this thing, planes of memory, stirring memories. Is this anything to do with the Shadowlands or not?
No, that's to do with past lives. So each scion has 2 branches. So for the for the plane of memories, you either have ghost walking or you tap into your past lives. So your souls pass through the Great Cycle numerous times, and you can tap into the knowledges of your previous existence.
Okay. So I possibly could have used that to see if I knew about that creature that was on the rafters, if one of my past lives knew about it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now. It doesn't matter now. It's irrelevant, but, just a thought. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ken? Daucus. During the conversation, private conversation between you and Irovich, Irovich explains to you that he is also a dream walker. Quite proficient, I would say.
Oh, wow. Well, I feel like I could learn a thing or two. I ran into a lady. She didn't look like us. She looked like somebody I'd never seen before, actually. She looked like a normal, like a person, but she's just different, old. And she saw me when I was dreaming. It was quite a experience, actually. And then she came at me. I mean, she didn't attack me, and she just got bigger and bigger, and I feel like I'm a pretty big fella, but it was something else. It was a little scary.
In all the centuries, decades that I have dreamwalked, I have never encountered any of the archetypes.
What
you've met? I can only presume, because we dreamwalkers were idle explorers, but we like to share stories of what we see in the dreams of others. And there's always been talk of entities that predate everything, really. These things are called archetypes, and they seem to exist across cultures, so that you could go to Africa, and despite different language, different histories, different cultures, different geography, they will have exactly the same impression of these archetypes. There's the maiden, the hero, the shadow, the old man, old lady. Cannot remember the others, but there's 7 of them.
The old lady. That was the one I saw.
Each one has 2 aspects. And this is where my knowledge gets a bit vague. But there's 2 aspects to each one. For example, the shadow is your evil self. And then is it also your untapped potential? It's very strange. I've never met one. What they're doing in the dreaming sky is beyond us.
Well,
yes,
she seemed
that's
to be enjoying the dream for a bit, and then she saw me, and she looked at me and smiled. I took her out of the dream though, but she walked in. I don't even know, like, how do you go inside the dream without breaking it? Because I tried to once, and I broke the dream. It was
there is a ritual. I can teach you at some point when we get time. The ritual is called crossing the threshold.
oh dang.
I could teach you that. Though it will take time. Maybe once this is finished, I can teach you a little bit of what I know.
I'm guessing it'll take a little bit of time and maybe some experience.
Yes. But yes, you've met an archetype. Fascinating.
My mom said goodbye.
Hiya. So, is there anything else? Anything else, Pietro?
So when we enter the Shadowlands, is this something where our physical body goes there, or we actually walk in a place and then we're in a different place and our body is no longer in this world? Is that how it works?
No. My understanding is quite limited. I'm going to teach myself most of what I know. We are severed souls. We are separate from the Great Cycle. We don't belong anywhere, so we keep our form when we enter the Shadowlands. So we would, to each other, we would look normal. We would look as we do now. But to the Shades, we would look kind of like an apparition.
Huh. Well, I turn into a bear when I'm sleeping. Does that not transfer over, or would that weird them out?
Sorry, the Dreaming Sky is its
Different.
whole...
It's a whole different thing. All right, I apologize for interrupting.
No, it's...
And the special abilities that we have as Red Hands, do they come with us and work in the same way in the Shadowlands?
Yes. There is no night or day in the Shadowlands. There is in the memories, but they're just memories. It's not the physical sun. It's not like physical darkness. So we can use our powers at all times. Unfortunately, using our powers recklessly can cause psyches to break and voids to form. So that it's sometimes when we leave things behind, rather than an object, we can leave behind our powers and then collect them up as we return back up through the Shadowlands or through the planes of memory. But I don't think we'll need it. I'm going to try and keep the descent as short as possible.
Okay, well, let's go.
Okay. Brilliant. So I am going to wait for Ken to come back. I'm going to do a little bit of reading from the book when Ken gets back.
I wanted to say goodbye to my mom. I heard. I mean, I can hear you.
Wait, sorry. I thought you were like dealing with something. Right. So when you get off the boat, you're welcomed by a bleak sky over the island. You're given enough time to prepare, so you've got gloves. This is to protect you from any illnesses that you might pick up, like to avoid the miasma and stuff like that. So you've got gloves, face masks, sweet-smelling pouches around the neck, loose-fitting clothes, that sort of thing. When you get off the boat onto the moving, you're greeted by a monk who kind of shuffles forward. They are wearing like kind of like one of the. It's not quite as severe as a. Do you remember the plague mask where they've got a big, long, pointy nose? Theirs is a bit more subtle, but it is still a face mask made of cloth rather than like a papier-mâché or porcelain. When they go forward, when this monk moves forward, Irovich steps forward and gives him a large purse of coins, and then you both overhear him say that he wishes to speak to his cousin, Armini Ursello. Both of Pietro, you know that the family name Ursello is a very old Venetian name. It's one of the founding families of Venice, linked directly to Ursus himself.
Okay.
Once the donation is given and there's mention of Armini Ursello, the monk turns around and you're escorted through a field. On the outskirts of the field, you can see people gardening, working, tilling the earth, that sort of thing. If you're bothered and if you look further or inspect them, you can see that these people are clearly victims of some sort of illness, whether it be leprosy or something else, and they're not masked. They're just working. They just, if it wasn't for being on a plague island, you would just think that these were just normal people. And around them, few in number, there's nuns and monks, all masked, all well protected, who kind of go around and help them. Getting close, just treating them with dignity, treating them as a living person rather than someone who's dying. Or so, as you go through the fields down this road, you're taken to a graveyard. The monk opens the gate and then steps off to one side, and Irovich brings all four of you in. It's clear that Irovich knows this place really well. He doesn't bother to stop or look around. He knows exactly where he's going. And after about 2 or 3 minutes of walking through and winding between the gravestones, you approach a crypt. He says to you, just as you stop at the entrance to the crypt itself has a thick wooden door. It says, when we enter the disputed lands, the Shadowlands, you will see shades of the long dead. Don't speak to anyone. Do not interact with anything. You must be like a ghost, a figment of a forgotten memory, a lost soul that is ignored by all. We will then head to the moving that we departed the boat from. He kind of gestures back to where he was. And from there, on the beach or on the shore side, we shall wait for Sharon, the ferryman. Before we board this vessel, we will discard some clothing. And when we get onto the boat, I will pay the fee, and then he will take us to where we need to be. Is that everyone okay with that? It's very important. I don't want to lose any of you.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Okay. He opens the door, and the moment the door opens, there's like a dank, fetid smell is pulled out of the crypt. You can still smell it through the masks that you're wearing, and then you kind of like have to pinch your nose for a moment. Irovich seems to be completely unbothered by this, and he heads down into the crypt. You then... Which order do you take? Ignoring Matteo and Nicolo. Do you guys at the front, middle, or back?
I'm gonna guard the rear.
Okay.
I'll go up front. They could be in the middle.
Right. You're in the middle. Okay, so we'll say Matteo.
I'll look back at Matteo and Pietro, or not Pietro, but Matteo and Nicolo, and say, "Are you sure you guys want to come? You're looking a little squeamish." Maybe y'all should just stay here.
Silent.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe y'all should come.
You're probably gonna need me. I better come.
Yeah, not Pietro.
Irovich.
Okay.
Yeah. Irovich raises an eyebrow and says, "Yeah, I think we're all good. If anything goes wrong and we get into a fight, we're gonna need everyone."
Yeah, and is okay.
Yeah.
Alfredo, is he coming too?
He's not a severed soul. If he goes in, he might never return.
Oh, okay.
I completely forgot about Alfredo. Poor guy.
Yeah.
He's probably still stuck in the courtyard of the castle thing. Why have I been ignored for so long?
All right. That's fine.
He'll stay on the boat. He didn't leave the boat. He's still on the boat. He'll be there when you come back. If you come back.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell them if I don't come back, this is what I want you to do, and with my family.
Okay. So you, all five of you, head into the darkness. You leave the stairs, and then, strangely enough, once you enter the darkness, Irovich turns around and pushes his way past you all, and then starts to ascend the stairs. He says, "Believe it or not, we are now in the Shadowlands."
Okay.
He then opens the door. As you all step out, the landscape has changed drastically. How to describe the Shadowlands? So, going back to what I was explaining before, where everything is made of memories. Every generation slips, and as it slips into the next plane of memory below, details are forgotten, they're lost. It's like a physical dementia, so that the colour of the sky, in parts, has been forgotten, so there is no colour. There may be clouds, gravestones, the names could be gone, but the memory of the gravestone itself is still there. It's just, it has no details. Trees, people have forgotten what the leaves look like, or the colour of the leaves, then they're gone. And you just have a tree with just branches, with vague twigs at the end, because no one remembers what they look like either, because they were obscured by leaves. Everything fades, and when you all of you step into this plane of memory, you can see figures drifting around. You're not... The graveyard that you're in has shrunk. You can see the edges of the graveyard. It's about 100 meters by 150 meters, when before it was like half a mile and a quarter mile. There are a few gravestones, but what gravestones there are, they're almost transparent. And Irovich turns left and heads straight out of the graveyard. Above, there is like a hollow sun, where even the heat has been forgotten. the light has been forgotten, but there's enough memory of the sun to actually have its form and its place within the sky above. As you're wandering through, the figures that are moving feel as though they're the same figures that were gardening and working and tilling the fields. Some of them move quite close to you because they're just, it's almost as if they're blind, they're just walking straight towards you, like all five of you. Irovich then stops and like kind of gently pushes everyone back to watch this figure just walk across the ground in front of you. Can I have a attention, perception, surveillance?
Where is perception?
Near the top, one of the top skills.
Oh yeah. Okay. 8 dice, kick 2, and I have 1 in surveillance. Right. All right. Pretty good. So it's well. 17.
I got a 21.
Yeah.
I've got 27.
Right. Oh, both competent successes. The figure has holes in their face and in their hair. Not physical pock holes, but just whole aspects of their body has vanished. So it's not a bald patch. There's an emptiness in their person structure, but they're continuing to walk as if they're fine. And then when you look at their legs, they're missing parts of their feet. The colour from the trousers that they're wearing, pretty much gone. You also notice that the ghost then moves and talks to another ghost or to another shade, and they just keep talking and then they part off. They are completely oblivious to you guys. And when the course is clear, Irovich leads you quickly towards the moving. Ken, I sent a picture over to you before.
The one with the guy in the boat?
Yeah. Could you bring that up?
Yeah.
Cool.
I gotcha. Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
Oh, you might not be able to see it, but...
Oh, I can't see it. I can see an image from Legends event. There you go. Yeah. Can you move that so it's all on?
Yeah, gotcha. Well, kind of.
It's like half the screen's Italy. The other half is...
Yeah. It's true. The way it's, formatted, you gotta choose what you want to see, but if you give me a second.
Okay. So. As you're leaving the graveyard, you notice the next thing, which is quite alarming, is it's not just the shades who are decayed or faded away. there's parts of the ground that don't exist. Could I have an acumen? Yeah. Yep. Could I have an acumen, perception, surveillance?
Okay, so that's a. Oh no, okay. 18. Okay. 23.
Right, you're okay?
Oh, this is not the best roll I've ever had. This is probably maybe one of the worst rolls I've ever had. Damn.
So, just as a recap for the system, you can botch in this system. If you when you make your initial roll, you remove all your ones.
Right. Yeah.
And the remaining numbers, if they're added up to a figure that's 5 or less, that's a botch.
I didn't botch. I actually rolled it looks like a 20, but I rolled 3 ones. And it's only because I have some surveillance. It's only because I'm a copper that.
So Ken, Daucus got what?
20.
Did you get 20?
I got 23.
20. So that's the same, right? Both of you come really close to slipping into one of these holes. So, Daucus, Pietro, you're on the front, because as Irovich turned around, the order switched over. So, Pietro, you're looking around. You've never been in a world like this before. This is incredibly bleak and depressing. And it's quite hard to understand how things can be made of memories rather than physical matter. And you're trying to work this out when your eyes just glance down just in time that there's a slither of a chasm in front of you, and you kind of have to wheel off to one side to avoid leaning into it, and then you kind of turn back and you see Daucus almost doing the same thing. You both walk around. You tell Matteo and Nicolo to watch out for this huge hole. It is literally a hole.
And is it black at the bottom of it, or it's...
Are you looking inside?
Yeah.
How close?
I mean, I stand back so I'm not going to fall in it, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this.
So you're looking at it in a kind of like, I don't know, 75-degree angle?
Yeah, and I guess like a step back from the edge.
Yeah. It's not black. There's faint, really faint details of this island below you. And as you're looking down, you're looking through the sunlight of a sun that's beneath you. And it's to see more, you would have to move closer.
Can I pick up a little like pebble and toss it in?
Yeah. Okay. You throw it. Goes quiet. Irovich has now stopped and has looked back and watching you, like with some clear bemusement. You do your little experiment. You drop it in.
I thought we were not supposed to disturb.
How fun would that be?
What are you waiting for, or what are you expecting?
See if I hear anything, or if I see it go down, if anything happens to it.
you lose sight of it because of the angle. You'd have to really get down and like peer over and then drop to see how far it goes down. But as soon as it dips out of your sight, it's gone. But there is no sound, because it's the other thing is it's hard to discern how far down the ground is from the lower plane of memory.
And how frequent are these holes? Are they like everywhere, or we just came across one?
This is the first major one. Now that you've seen this one, and it's about 12 foot long. In parts, it's about 3 foot wide, but it's like a tear in the ground. But now that you've seen one, and you look around, what you thought was dark patches in the grass or shrubberies all around you, they're actually voids. They're holes into the plane below.
Okay.
Irovich,
now I could think of other things I could try, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Irovich says, we don't have time for this, and if a shade watches you do that, yeah, be careful. Do not. I appreciate your curiosity. Let's go. Right. You're then took. He then leads you back to the mooring. The wooden mooring isn't there. It's just a beach. If you bring up that picture with the ferryman, it's very similar to that. Hanging deep and dense above the surface of the water, there is a mist, imperceptibly dense mist. You watch Irovich perform what you suspect is a ritual. Just going to read some notes to this. Right. Stands on the beach, performs this ritual, and then after about 10-15 minutes of his meditation, his mutterings, however he does this specific ritual, he turns back and he looks frustrated and he says, right, can I have the map? This isn't working, I need the map. Who's got the map?
I think I have the map.
Okay. He takes it from you, doesn't snatch it, but it's clear he's frustrated, and then he looks at it and you can... He's frustrated, but he's also, for the first time, and you've only met him for about a week and a half, he's also seen to be quite a positive, upbeat sort of guy. But as he's talking and he's doing the second attempt, you get the feeling that he's feeling it as though he's, I don't know, he's finding it really, really tough. He might just give up.
Oh, I think we're supposed to discard some clothing here. I believe maybe that would help.
Yep, yeah. We can do it after the ritual, or do it now if you want. But yep, that's fine. Yes, good point. Yes. Right, everyone. Well, you two. Can I get another? Well, can I get a composure, empathy, emotions roll, please? Actually, double check if that's the right one. Yeah. Composure. What ranks do people have in composure, by the way?
Four
I have
dice. Two.
four in composure, but I don't have any empathy. So,
And Ken, how many of you have you got 2 ranks in it?
I have 2 ranks in empathy.
Yeah, 4 dice. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I got 2 10s, so I got a 28.
You got more than me. I only got an 18.
Oh, okay. 18.
18. She can do what she likes because she's 18.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
guys. Apologies. I believe I grew up in the 80s. It was a different era. You could say that stuff.
It was it was acceptable in the 80s.
It was acceptable to be scum.
Okay. Right. Both of you are hit by a feeling of listlessness. That the longer that you're waiting here, the futility of this land that you've just come into is beginning to weigh heavy on you.
Okay. I'm going to...
Ken, you're feeling almost the full effects of it. Mm-hmm. You find yourself sitting on the beach, and just you're gripped by an inexplicable feeling of hopelessness. Pietro, you fared a little bit better. You were struck by this feeling for a short while, but you can see Daucus overcome by this feeling that you're both experiencing, but more importantly, you can see Irovich doing the same thing, but he's performing the ritual. And
what's he doing to perform the ritual? If I can tell, I may not be something.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna see the rituals. Don't think I've actually given them full descriptions.
Well, I'm going to say to Irovich, perhaps, I'm a red hand as well. Can I contribute to the ritual?
He just turns and says, I don't know why we bother. We need to give up. And then he sits down.
I agree.
Next to Daucus.
We should just quit.
Do people have any attachments that give them a reason for being? Not your dream, but...
Yeah, my mom.
Okay. What's the rank in that? What's
25.
Right. We need to change your character sheet.
Oh, yeah? Is that wrong?
Yeah, your dream becomes the 25. So what if you had anything in ambition? Do you have an ambition listed?
Yeah, reform.
Right. Okay. Reform. The ambition in reform gets changed to what your dream is, which is, I think it's still reform anyway. But that becomes your 25. Then below that, one of your devil within becomes the 20.
I don't know where that is.
Well, underneath where you've got ambition, you'll have sins.
Yeah. You probably can't see that.
Have you not written this sin down?
Yeah, I got a sin. It's
Which sin?
Pride.
Right. Well, that's your devil within, so that becomes 20.
Okay.
And then rejig the others so that you got one at 15, one at 10, one at 5.
Okay, so reform is 25.
Yeah. That's your dream. That is your raison d'etre for being a severed soul.
So what you want me to know what attachments I have? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or was that just again?
It's so because it's a social combat, your outer character, there's a supernatural effect. That's a blanketing effect. You guys didn't roll very well, but you're in a position where you're not, after 5 rounds, you can attempt to break out of it and help the others. But doing so, you can latch onto something that's really important, an attachment that will kind of pull you through this listlessness. I just want to get an idea of what it is, but it needs to be...
I didn't realize. So I have an ambition of 25, but
That's your dream.
it's not defined as anything. Oh, that's sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It can't be a dream, and it can't be a sin. Look, it could be something like an organization, your mentor, your cohort, your associates, that sort of thing.
So, but this is my ambition, like the thing that I want to achieve, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's blank, it's blank, it just means that you can think of it later on. I
see. So I need to think of it now, is the idea?
You don't have to, because you can't use it.
Oh, I can't use that. Okay. No. So what can I use? I've got family of 15.
You can use your family. So
okay.
When I ask you to make another one of these rolls, you can add that 15 to it. Okay. Because you're being affected by something, and you have to think of something that's worth getting through this.
Okay. Well, one of my ambitions is like to sort of restore the reputation of my family and power in Venice, and I feel that through this kind of mission, if we succeed, then that gives me influence with powerful figures that could be a pathway to achieving that.
Yep, perfect. No, that's fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. Give yourself one experience for that. Okay. So, 5 rounds pass. Can I get another composure, empathy, empathy, emotions roll, and then add 15 to it?
For both of us, or just?
No, not you. You failed.
Yeah, I failed. I don't get
the
to roll anymore.
I only have 1 dice. I only have 1 in empathy, so if I get 10s, I'm kind of screwed. I got like 1 10, so I got a 10, and then and a 9. So I've got a 29 plus 15, was it?
Yeah.
So that's 34, I think.
34.
This lake is really, really boring. Why'd you take us here again? I don't even know.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That's a competent success. Brilliant. You're at -5 to everything, but you're no longer paralyzed. You can get through. But unfortunately, all around you, the other 4 are beginning to sink into this feeling of I can't carry on.
Why are boots so heavy?
Yes, and other profound questions.
Okay.
Or what is it good for?
we just need to. We need to get. So he's trying to summon the guy who's going to carry us across the river. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, and he's just stopped doing it now.
Okay. All we need to do is get across the river, and then once we're across there, it's not going to feel like this.
We could just
the problem is that we're staying here, and that means the way to get out of here is to bring that guy. And I can maybe I can help you with the ritual. I mean, am I able to use some of my mana pools or something? I don't know how it works. No,
it's it's like role playing. You can, if you want, you can make a roll, but at the moment, it's been what you've just gone through. Like everything you've explained there, I've made another roll for him, and he looks up to you and says, "Yeah, once we get across the river, yeah, okay." He then stands up, pats you on the shoulder, and then for like a brief moment, he kind of seems fully lucid and says, "There is something wrong. I have been here before. I've never felt like this." And then he starts doing the ritual.
The
other three are all sat on the beach, staring out into the endless grey.
Okay, he's doing the ritual. Yeah, I don't know what else to try. I don't know if my avatar, I'm not able to use any of my powers to do anything. Is that right?
No, you can. No, you can use your powers.
But to contribute to this, I don't know what. My avatar, right? That's my pen. Is this kind of magic that he's doing electricity, or it's something different? Do I know?
It's just a ritual. There's no element to it.
I see.
But he seems to be okay doing the ritual.
Okay.
It's just the other three who are not. They're not moving. They're just gone zombified, and they're staring out into the endless grey.
I wonder how many shades of gray there are.
Don't say it.
Okay. Okay. While the ritual is happening, I say, "Boys, why don't we? I have a deck of cards. That's one of my items. Let's play some cards. I'm going to try and distract.
Yeah.
Take them away around them. Right?
Can I get a interaction or composure? It's your choice. Which one's distract? Beguile, distract, please.
So, distraction, composure. Okay, so composure, I have 8, and then distract is where it's not under influence. Oh, guile, yeah, distract. Yeah, I have good guile, and I have 1 in distract, so
Nice.
it should be pretty high if I don't roll really bad.
Yep.
Okay, so there's 110, but I keep 3, so the other numbers are not that amazing, but should still be all right. 10, 24 plus 6, 30 plus 5, 35.
Wow, perfect. Right, Ken.
Yep.
Can you make another composure, empathy, emotions roll? But this time, of your attachments, as described previously, you can use one of the attachments to add to this roll. But you need to explain to me which attachment you're using and why it's
Sure.
relevant to pull you through out of the situation.
Composure, empathy, emotion. I gotcha.
Yep.
Well, that's a lot better. I will use my pride. My sin. Is that okay? Or actually, no. I'll use Alfredo. Because I was like, I got to get back to Alfredo.
Is Alfredo... see, one of your...
Yeah, he's one of my guys.
Oh,
Or
he's down as an ally.
He's down. He is a cohort. What about
Cohort. What rank have you got in that?
it's just
is that
10.
10. Okay, add 10 to it, but that works perfectly well.
Yeah. And that would be a 30. What is that? Something. It's 10, 20, 37, 42.
42. Let's take off 15. Okay. Takes you a while, but it takes you about 5 rounds. By the time you've finished playing this game of cards, you're out of it. Make a note that just for this scene, you're at -5 to everything.
Okay.
You're still affected by it, but you're not paralyzed. You have full free will. By the time the other two have actually snapped out of this, the ritual's been complete, and as you all rise, you put your deck of cards away, you can see, just as in the painting by Ralph Damiani, and a shout out to one of my other artists, that figure drifts in, breaking through the mist. The little white dots, these like wisps, they dance around the lamp and him on the boat. At first they look like there may have been like stars or something bright, but in the distance, like penetrating through the mist. But as he comes into view, they're actually dancing wisps, and they float and dance around the lantern, but also around the boat. Some of them even skim off the water, and then they come back in to the air, and then they just do like circuits. But they don't repeat themselves. They seem to be either random or possibly exhibiting signs of intelligence.
So are we on the boat yet, or we're just waiting for the boat?
Yeah, it takes quite a while for the boat. Once it comes through, Irovich takes off his mask and puts it on the ground. And then he says, yes, I advise the rest of you to do something similar.
Yeah.
At which point, the boat hits the sand. He hands a coin, the coin that he got from a servant, over to Charon, who takes it, and Charon steps back and lets everyone board the boat.
Mm-hmm.
What are people discarding? And is there anything in particular that you're doing as you step onto the boat?
I mean, I guess I change for whatever, like, shirt or whatever that he has provided.
Oh, yeah.
I guess whatever pouch that I have that I keep my stuff in, I want to bring my stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really bulky stuff, and I'll bring my dagger. I'll try and like hide it somewhere, or if I've got a belt, I guess I can maybe wear my same belt. I probably have a belt with like a little hilt in it, do I, or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah. So I'll bring that. And obviously I've got my notebook and my avatar, my special pen. So I keep that sort of tucked away.
Have you summoned your avatar?
Oh,
Because you can. It's you can have it all the time. It would just cost you 10 mana, I think.
Ooh.
so the advantage of that is I can use it to enhance the magic. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. You use it as a component,
Yeah.
and you get a bonus to whatever spell you
So if
use.
I've summoned it, it stays for how long? Just for like a day, or it's
No,
there?
until dismissed.
Okay, well, it feels like the kind of place where I would want to have my avatar.
Yep. Okay. So mark off 10 Shadowlands. Because you're in the Shadowlands, using Shadowlands mana means it doesn't stand out. If you were to use mundane mana in the Shadowlands, the spell would become immediately obvious. And
Okay.
that's the sort of thing that would mess around with shades.
It says Shadowlands, it says 14. So now
Yep.
I've got 4 left. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
I'll just put it in brackets for. Okay.
Yep. Okay. You get on board, Daucus? What did you say you were discarding?
I was
Yeah,
wearing my
axe.
hat, and I just kind of. I don't think it'll rain today. I just take it off.
Okay, you take your hat off. Great pop. Have an experience. I like that. Right. So, you all get on board the boat. Sharon looks at each of you, but you can't perceive any facial features beneath his cowl. As Bohemond gets on, he says, "Don't even bother talking to Charon. He never speaks, at least not to me." While he says this, Charon turns his head to Bohemond and tracks his movement until Bohemond, the last person, boards the boat. Now the coin's been handed over, he plunges the pole back into the water and pushes the creaking, whispering vessel into the mists. And you drift away from the beach. As you're drifting away, you're looking effectively backwards towards the beach, or do you look into the mist?
I look into the mist.
You look forward in the mist.
I'm going to look around. I will watch
Sure.
the back. And
Once you're into the mist, you can't see anything. The only thing that you can see is about maybe 3-4 feet away from the boat, and in that small area, those dancing wisps, just continue to bob around.
I say to
can I
Mateo.
try and
Don't touch the water, Mateo.
one? I'm going to try and grab one of them.
Can I have a speed?
Good speed.
Right, it's going to be, the choice is yours. It's either going to be control, agility, balance, because grabbing it isn't so much of a problem, it's the rocking the boat and then tipping forward. Or you could have speed, unarmed punch, where you just grab it really quick. Choice is yours.
So sorry, it's control and then balance.
Control, agility, balance,
Yeah.
or it's speed, unarmed punch, as you just snatch it out of the air.
Kind of 50-50 which one. They're slightly different things. I guess I'll go for the control agility. So I've got 2 in control. So I roll 4 dice, right? And then I've got 2 in agility, so I keep 2 of them. I don't have any bonus for balance. Oh, I got that. It's pretty good considering I got a 10 and I got 2 9s, so 29.
Wow. Okay. You reach forward.
Mhm.
One hand goes onto the edge of the boat,
Yeah.
and you reach further than you normally would. But you kind of like keep yourself propped. You grab it. It's in your palm, and then it drifts out through the back of your hand. But as it drifts through your flesh, it's alive. It's an actual thought of something. But the painful thing is, there isn't enough of the thought to give you an idea of what it is. You know what I mean? It's so forgotten. All that's left is, I am a thought. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's almost as if it's the last thing to go from a shade.
Oh, so they're the last remnants of a person.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then they just cling to Charon because that's all that's left for them to do. It's almost as if he's. Yeah, you also get the feeling of fear because if they drift away from Charon, they could be gone for good.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Irovich tells you off again. Stop doing that. Then goes back to looking forward. So, right, you leave the mists. There is no time. There is no distance. So both of you will have different ideas of how long it took to get from one beach to another. But when you do, you see that you are approaching a larger island. There is a settlement, there's buildings in the distance. If you bring up the map again, please, Ken. Yeah, brilliant. Are you able to shrink it a bit?
Is that what you need to see?
All right, no, it's all right. I thought there was more. That's fine. Off to the left of the frame, so to speak, that's where the beach starts. And as you leave the boat, jump into the water, and trudge your way onto the beach, you can see the skyline of a very old city. There are no stone buildings here, it's all wooden. Maybe there's 1 or 2 stone statues, but compared to Venice, this is just a ramshackle town. The skyline is distorted. So if you imagine, the map is a bird's eye view, but if you were looking at it from the side on, there are 1-story buildings, 2-story buildings, but wherever there's a white patch or there's a void, it's almost as if something's come down and just chomped huge bits out of the skyline, and you can see through what would normally be a building there, see through the gaps to the buildings behind. You can also see that there is, as you're approaching the road, where it says to the lagoon Venice with the arrow going towards you, as you're approaching that road, you can see people. These people, they're clothing is much, much older in style and fashion than where you were before. But for some reason, these shades are more intact. So they're older, just purely by the technology, the clothing, that sort of thing. But they're not as degraded as the shades that you encountered on the San Lorenzo. It's 11:30. Do people want to keep on going? Because it's a really good point to leave it. But I can keep on going if you want. It's up to you. I've got another half an hour, I reckon.
I mean, if it's a good point, I feel like story arc is important. So I could use some dinner.
Yeah.
If you want to leave it there for the moment, I think that's just fine.
Because I think, did Sketch say he might be able to make it? He said Wednesdays were better.
Yeah, I think Wednesdays. I think he's getting some more time, and it sounds like Bill is more able to.
But yeah,
on
we'll see because
Wednesdays.
he's got his rehearsal. But guys, I hope you really enjoyed. I know we were talking about getting straight into the Shadowlands and there's certain things that I'll not bother.
No,
did
I
it
gotta
anyway.
go. We gotta talk about my dreams.
But that was good fun.
Yep.
Yeah, next session, Shadowlands. The more people we've got, the better chance you have of surviving.
Yeah, I would imagine so. You can't do it on your own.
Makes sense.
Cool, brilliant. Well, thanks very much for watching and for playing, and I will see you next Wednesday. Adios.